Hello, everybody. Oh, did I change the description? I probably forgot. No, it looks like I changed it. Kurgurg. I gotta make a permanent Discord link. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the political show. Not political. Is this a political channel? I don't know. I need to keep an eye on Discord, though, because we are going to have a guest tonight. Let me actually tweet that I'm going live. We are now streaming, taking your calls. Wait, is this happening live? Is Trump doing a concession? Now streaming and taking your calls at the communist will be showing up. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? I'm being told that Trump is currently giving some sort of speech. Am I crazy? And where do I see this speech? Let me see. Is this happening? Trump latest. Oh no, where do I see this video? President Trump, a new administration. Okay. Okay, hold on. Is this live?
Heinous attack.
Oh no. Look at me. I'm a terrible newsman. Terrible newsman. Terrible newsman, late to the party. You saw it on CNN. Okay, let me see if I can go to the CNN Twitter. As you can tell, I'm not exactly... This is live. We are live, folks. Let's see, Simon and Schuster. Okay, CNN. CNN breaking news. Oh, who cares about Simon and Schuster? I don't care about this. CNN. Checked Twitter DM. Okay, hold on. Then I gotta take it off screen because I don't want people seeing my DMs. Okay, so he tweeted it on his official account. Okay, here we go. We're gonna watch it. Give me 2 seconds. We're bringing it up. Desktop audio is on. And Trump.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy.
Wow.
To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. We have just been through an intense election, and emotions are high. But now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. We must get on with the business of America. My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. In so doing, I was fighting to defend American democracy. I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws to verify the identity and eligibility of all voters and to ensure faith and confidence in all future elections. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time for our people. A menacing pandemic has upended the lives of our citizens, isolated millions in their homes, damaged our economy, and claimed countless lives. Defeating this pandemic and rebuilding the greatest economy on earth will require all of us working together. It will require a renewed emphasis on the civic values of patriotism, faith, charity, community, and family. We must revitalize the sacred bonds of love and loyalty that bind us together as one national family. To the citizens of our country, serving as your president has been the honor of my lifetime. And to all of my wonderful supporters, I know you are disappointed, but I also want you to know that our incredible journey is only just beginning. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Okay. Well, I just unplugged my headphones, so that's good. What a monumental occasion we have, folks. Wonderful. Real quick, let me see. I'm waiting for my good friend to call in. When am I going to make us a Minecraft server? You're going to have to wait on that, my friends. You're going to have to wait. There's a lot to unpack here. Some people are saying what forced his hand. Now, if I was a guy like Trump, and there's people talking about impeaching me, and not only that, there's people talking about they want to put me in jail, which I don't know how much, they can get away with. I feel like me as that guy would go, you know what I want to do? I want to make sure I stay president till the very end. I don't want to get impeached. I'm going to set up some pardons, going to pardon myself, pardon everybody else around me. I just want to be safe when I'm out of here. So maybe that's me being cynical. I look at this and I say, this is a guy who goes, okay, just want to get out of here. Did he resign? No, but he's saying he's not going to contest the election anymore. So good for him. I mean, that'll hopefully bring some calm. But obviously, it's not going to bring too much calm because people still think the election was stolen. And Trump's not saying, hey, the election wasn't stolen. He's just saying, I don't want to fight it anymore. So people are still going to be mad. Real quick, we're getting a couple messages here. We're saying, no wonder CNN didn't show this. It makes him look good. Well, I'm sure it's on CNN somewhere. We also have Ed Starr saying the president's tone has changed in one day. I think he sees the writing on the wall. People are very upset about what has happened. I'm trying to see what the reaction has been. Hell no. This is clearly an attempt to avoid being removed from office and brought up on charges. That is my thought. I do think that Trump is worried about that. What is Oshry saying here?
Shut up, bitch!
Good old Oshry. Good old Oshry. I thought he was going to say at the end, please unban me from Facebook. That's what I was hoping for. As we're all laughing about, certain people in the drama community, I guess you could say, we all keep looking at this guy, Baked Alaska, who was in the office, this streamer. Oh no, I'm showing my direct messages. And we're worried, or the people are saying, like, oh, I hope Trump pardons Baked Alaska. I'm like, Trump's not going to pardon Baked Alaska. I mean, this says, right here, he says, you guys are criminals.
I'd like to
Stop
begin
it.
I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard.
Yeah, I'm upset by the man. He's not protecting these people. Nick Fuentes was saying, he's gonna pardon all of us. I'm like, no. You're all in trouble. What are the MAGA people saying is what I want to know. Like, what's the MAGA? Actually, let's see what Fuentes is saying. Great lover of America, Nick Fuentes, who wants Baked Alaska to get pardoned. Many journalists are claiming I was photographed in Nancy Pelosi's office. He was actually out on the lawn. So I guess Nick Fuentes... It did look like Nick Fuentes was in there, but I guess he wasn't. Baked Alaska was in there, though, and I think Baked Alaska is going to jail. Yeah. But Fuentes, sadly, does not seem to have commented on this trade. Yeah, I'm sure he thinks Trump is a traitor now. I'm sure he's not happy about that. Well, I tell you what, unprecedented times. We've heard from the president. Now let's hear from you, the American people, because we will be taking your calls here tonight. We're going to have Dick Masterson come on. We'll be streaming for about 2 hours or so. Right away, you know who was in here first, who was waiting for the show to start, was my good friend, Ateles. Ateles, are you there, my friend?
Hey, hold up.
Yeah, take your time. Don't worry, I gotta get my Minecraft set up. I'm looking for diamonds right now. That's what's important to me. This is what... Really, this show is just an excuse for me to play Minecraft, for those of you who have not figured it out.
That's awesome. Oh, it sucks, because, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound good on my end, yeah. What's up?
Yeah, cellular. Oh, nothing much, crazy day yesterday.
Very crazy day yesterday, I agree. What, do you think this is the right move for Trump to kind of step aside? He's not going to talk about election fraud anymore because it's led to carnage. Do you think this is the right thing for him to do?
Is that what he said? I haven't my stream
What
on
Trump
my computer
basically has
was working.
said is, I think he's going to claim that the election was stolen from him, but for right now, he wants there to be a peaceful transition.
Make
And
peace.
that's what happens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, come on. Like, we don't need no more. Oh, like,
We don't need any more crazy fighting.
Did you see Mr. Girl's video, like, right now? Or...
I saw he put it up. I haven't watched it yet. Maybe we'll watch it in a little bit. Did you watch it?
I watched it, and he was just like, just don't, very, like, his same, like, message of, like, empathy and stuff like that.
Tell you what, why don't we bring it up right now? How long was it, actually?
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah, because the problem is if I try to watch it, you're not going to be able to hear it. But maybe after I finish talking to you, maybe we'll watch Mr. Girl's video. The liars who caused this insurrection will not eulogize... here, I'll put it up on screen. The liars who caused this insurrection will not eulogize... Eulogize... I don't know why I'm having trouble pronouncing that word. Will not eulogize the dead as heroes. They will disavow them and discard them as worthless sacrifices to the Republican Party and the ego of Donald Trump. So basically he's saying Trump, you know, that one lady died inside the Capitol. He thinks Trump is responsible for that lady's death, and I can't even tell him he's completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump
I get where he's
go ahead.
at. Like when you, like, this person was built up from, like, Trump and all the Republican people to do what she did. And, oh, man. Those people must have felt so empowered, like waving their flags, like climbing. Do you know how, like, good that must have felt?
They probably felt pretty good, yeah.
They were probably like, yes, we're saving America. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I see you. Let me bring in my good friend, my guest. Well, anyway, Atreides, yeah. Sorry, you have a weird name. Atreides?
It's
killing
like the
me,
genius or like spider monkeys. I don't know.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with anything.
Well, ultimately, I do want to bring on Dick, but I wanted to say hi to you real quick. It sounds like you think, what ultimately you think? This is a good move for Trump?
I mean, I just want things to be under control, man. It's so, like, I woke up the first thing in the morning, my teacher, he tells me, like, okay, we'll talk about, like, what happened yesterday. I'm like, I just woke the hell up, man. Like,
yeah, it's a lot going on. All right, man. We'll talk to you more later.
Vito?
Hey, what's up? I'm going to talk to my good friend Dick now. Have fun at Telly's.
Who's
Dick,
there?
did you see the...
muted
Can you hear
by
me?
Okay.
Test
Hey,
one.
what's up?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think I have everybody in the world muted for some reason.
Yeah, it always happens. Dick, did you see... We're going to get into the introductions, but real quick, did you see that Trump has basically conceded now?
Oh, no!
Oh, no, you missed it! You missed the...
No, I was in the shower.
He put out a video like 3 minutes ago.
Oh,
it's
damn
over.
It. Did he say anything? You won, Vito. You stole it. You stole the election.
I stole the election.
You got away with it. You got away with it. You would.
I vetoed all the Republicans.
Did he say anything about aliens?
He specifically said, "I'm real mad with Baked Alaska. We're gonna have a big talk." And basically, it was he's not pardoning anybody. Let's put it that way. He says, "I'm sick of what has happened yesterday. We need a clean and orderly transfer of power, and I look forward to America rebuilding in the wake of this horrible pandemic." Something like that, you know, generic.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I was surprised. People were talking about Trump TV today. I'm like, man, the way it looks right now, Trump is not even going to have credit card processing for his hotels, let alone Trump TV.
Yeah.
You guys, they're blaming him. The entire world is blaming him for what they're calling an insurrection. Like the army is talking about exiling him like Napoleon. He's not. There's not any Trump TV at the moment.
No, I think he's going to go.
I
think he's going to flee the country for a little bit, and I don't even blame him. I think that's the smart course: is wait this out, get all these legal ducks in a row before you try to show back up. You know what I'm saying?
Really? No, you know what? Honestly, I think Florida is a different country right now.
That's fair.
Having just been there, having just been to Tampa, where coronavirus doesn't exist, like everything's wide open. Our Uber driver in Tampa was aggressively political, pro-Trump. which I have obviously never experienced living in LA.
Nor have I.
I think that's a world enough removed for him.
I would just think that there's people who are going to try and screw with him and sue him over every minor thing, that he's just going to be dealing with lawsuits, baseless lawsuits constantly, that he might just want to get out to avoid all that nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, you're someone who's dealt with some baseless lawsuits. You know how easy it is to have that kind of nonsense screw with your finances.
I guess everyone talks such a big game, like Trump did too, about Hillary, how he's gonna lock her up and all this nonsense. But then as soon as they get in there, it's like, oh yeah, we're just not doing that.
Well, it's a big waste of everybody's time. I think trying to lock up Hillary is like, yeah, it's gonna take forever. I don't want to deal with that.
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
true. Well, I guess it's a waste of everybody's time. My thinking is, let's just start with, if you can name a politician, we're going to lock them up. We're going to throw them in jail. And then once we run out of politicians whose names we know, then we're going to start doing Google searches. And the ones that we didn't know, but Google knows, we're going to arrest those next. And then eventually it'll be back to us. Then we'll be back in the government, and it'll be great.
So what do you think about storming the Capitol? Because I've had people tell me this was a moral necessity, that the Constitution demands that the people seize control of the government.
I mean, is this... Yeah. Can we do opposite day? I got to do opposite day for the rest of my life if we're recording it. I don't think... Did you know? Do you know what opposite day is? Do I need to explain what opposite day is? See, I don't think the government should be stormed for any reason, no matter how small. Yeah, no. I learned in school.
The government's important, and you shouldn't mess with it ever.
I learned in school that America was founded because the richest men in America didn't want to pay a 3-cent stamp tax. So they started destroying and shooting everyone who was responsible for it, and then there was America. So you're telling me that Congress passes a $1.4 trillion money giveaway, like just taking your money,
right,
giving it away. And that doesn't even cover the $600. That's just the amount that they gave to Pakistan for gender studies or whatever, or Israel for.
It wasn't for gender studies, but sure. I know that's commonly switched around.
They could
have
given
Pakistani
it to
women.
Don't care.
Pakistani women deserve rights too, Dick. Come on, and we got to pay for it. Let's be real.
Not if I have to pay for it. No.
Well, that's the rules. Go ahead.
So in my view, Congress gave $1.5 trillion away to the richest people in shithole countries, and then the next day they're getting even if they were getting violently stormed by Americans, I think, well, I mean, didn't you guys did you not think they were going to did you not think they would hear about that?
Yeah. Did you not think that they might not like this thing you put forth?
They're all shaking each other's hands. Hey, I'm so glad we gave away all of America. We gave ourselves a raise, and we gave away $1.5 trillion of Americans' money. Congratulations. And then the cops say the next day, hey, all those guys' money you gave away, they're here. And then they all hit the deck. Oh shit! Oh shit! Here? Okay. Do they know? They don't know we did that. They don't know what we look like, do they? Oh,
okay.
There's the internet? Oh no!
But the people there, let's be clear. This protest was not about any stimulus or budget or anything. It was specifically about the election being stolen. Right? It's the stop the steal. I mean, I'm sure there's economic woes tied up in it, but I'm not going to pretend that's the main complaint,
What do you think? I think nothing was stolen from you. So
no, I won. Whatever was stolen
stole it.
Was stolen in my favor, and I helped. So everything worked out for me.
I'll tell you what was stolen from me. It wasn't that Trump lost. Let's say Trump lost. Let's say it went through the courts, and let's say CSI came out, and
let's just pretend that Trump lost, even though we all know clearly.
Yeah, let's pretend just for fun.
It's a fun.
And I say, all right,
game.
That's
Okay.
fine. Trump made a lot of mistakes. Like, he made a lot of mistakes. He made so many mistakes that I don't even know if I support him at the end, other than like, well, you know, calls fat women fat, and I think that's funny.
Yeah.
He made so many fucking mistakes, and he didn't even pardon. He didn't pardon Snowden or Julian Assange,
He
or like
might
literally
still do it. He might still get him out of there.
He is not. He's gonna cuck because right now he is running for 2024 and his Trump TV bullshit. Like, now he is a politician. Now he is a politician, and I can't support that at all. So anyway, what was stolen in my estimation is the line, the People's Court line. Don't take the law in your own hands. Take them to court, right?
Yeah.
The U.S. has a real big, beautiful court system that handles. If you don't want to support your kid, if a woman lies to you and says, I'm on birth control, and then you knock her up, or maybe another guy knocks her up, she can take you to court. The court has all day to sit there and figure out how much money you're going to pay that woman for the rest of your life. They've got all day for that. But somehow, every court in the land does not have the time to sit down and say, okay, so you guys think there was election fraud? Let's hear your case. All the way up to the Supreme Court that just said, nah, you know what? We don't have jurisdiction to do it. And I don't know. I'm just like a guy. I'm just like a dumb guy that likes to wear silly hats and will raid your building if I'm drunk and pissed off. And I'm saying, well, where the fuck are we supposed to go then? Because all you guys do, the only reason you guys exist is to stop violent shit from happening. So people can go to court and feel like they had, quote, their day in court. That's why it's a saying. And you took it from everybody. Like, you took it from a quarter of the fucking country. You don't think they're going to be pissed off now, today, tomorrow, yesterday, for the rest of their fucking lives? This is what you did. This is what you stole from them. You didn't steal having a orange-colored jackass in charge messing up for 4 more years. You stole something that was sold to them as America. Like, look, in America, you will get your day in court, and we might fuck that up, but you'll fucking get to tell your side of the story.
Now let's be real. I'm a big dumb idiot, and I don't really pay attention to politics. And there's really no reason I should be streaming about politics, other than I'm an American and I can do whatever I want. That's the unfortunate. And then there's a lot of other people, I'm sure, speaking about politics, just as little as me. So, of these, did you follow these court cases where they were trying to look into election fraud, that sort of thing?
Oh, yeah.
And which of them do you think was like, was there one that was like so egregious, like how could you toss this out, or were they all kind of that way? Because my understanding, the Supreme Court one, you think was that Supreme egregious? Court one.
Oh, yeah, because, well, so here's what it boiled down to for me. And I mean, obviously, I don't know if the guy with wearing the Royal Order of the Water Buffalo thing on his head feels like this. I don't know if he can.
You don't know if you're on the same side as the Viking or whatever the hell. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing too. People are not good at expressing themselves. Like, people aren't. I do it for a living. I'm successful at it, but people are not. So they might feel this, but they can't say. If you ask them, they just sound like idiots. The laws, the election laws, are set by the legislature. And in Pennsylvania, this is the case. In Pennsylvania, a lot of those laws were violated by the courts. Now, that's not legal. The legislature has to make these changes. They say when mail-in ballots are allowed, when they start, how they're allowed to be harvested. If the court comes in and says, well, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and override that, that's unconstitutional. Like, a court, you cannot have an elected judge overriding the legislature. So that's that's a fucking good case to take before the Supreme Court. Look, every other state has a legislature that looks very much like the federal government, and they're all doing this, except this one state over here is fucking around. So is that allowed? Do we have to do something about this? Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you attribute that to the question is, are these judges like in on it as part of some sort of scheme? Is it just incompetence, or is that all speculative which way it goes? I mean, do you have any feeling either way?
I mean, to
me it feels like them just being like, listen, man, it's the election, let's just get it over with, and it's more laziness than anything else. I don't know.
Yeah, that, you know what? I would like to see it that way, just because I think people, especially judges, are trying to enfranchise as many people as possible. Like, they're like, well, guy got his vote in a little bit late. Like, what are you going to be?
Well, that's the thing we had talked about before. Like, a guy forgets to put the date on the outside of the envelope, but it's a postmarked envelope. I can understand a judge saying, look, man, like, the guy wanted to vote. He made a little mistake. Are we really going to disenfranchise a guy for something like that? And I know some people would say, absolutely, you have to do it by the letter of the law.
But the IRS doesn't let me pay my taxes like that. Like, I missed a zero on my fucking tax return. Oh, well, actually, you have to pay a huge penalty. Oh, really? So so the guy who voted that I have to pay more gets his vote in whenever he wants, but me, you just take my money fucking whenever? Okay. Yeah. I see how this works.
But it is a lot of Republican... It has been Republican judges and officials saying no. And I would imagine that they want to give Trump, again, the fairest election possible. So I don't see the conspiracy necessarily, because why would why would Republicans be in on it?
I think maybe you, but a lot of people for the last 4 years are under this preposterous idea that the Republicans and the Democrats are different parties, and that either one of them is aligned with Trump. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anybody remembers 2015, 2016, but the Democrats and Republicans fucking hate Trump. Like, they want to get back to stealing money.
So this is not Republicans, Democrats. This is establishment trying to keep an outsider like Trump out who does, change up the system and introduces elements that they don't like. They don't have as much control when kind of not unstable, but unpredictable, uncontrollable guy like Trump. They can't control him the way they can control other non-establishment figures.
Well, have you seen... Like, it looked like every Republican for the last 4 years has been, like, trying to pull a dick out of their ass every time they talk on television. Like, oh, well, I don't know what I'm allowed to say because I know Trump is going to fuck me over as soon as he gets on TV. So, plus, it's also... You're talking about overturning an election. Like, judges are probably doing the math in their heads. Like, if I take this case and decide one way or the other, I'm going to get dragged out of my street and shot, and out of my house into the street and shot like it's Venezuela.
Or at least lose the next election when everybody comes around and they're mad on how you ruled on it. So you go, well, I'm just not even going to take the case. And then, how mad can they get?
There's plenty of reasons for a local judge not to take it, but the Supreme Court, I think that's unfucking forgivable that the Supreme Court would not take this case and at least hear it out, even if they all said no. It's just to decide on what they've decided on in the past, like gay marriage. Oh, you know what? Actually, gay marriage is fine across the whole nation. Yeah, you guys got it. Like. Right,
isn't it surprising? You have, what was it, 3 judges put there by Trump. You would think they would be on his sides, but maybe they all just play the game better. Anyway, we are here tonight with my good friend Dick Masterson from patreon.com/The Dick Show, a wonderful podcast that you should all be listening to. And we're going to take some calls. Does that sound good with you, Dick? We're going to talk
sure. You're good at this.
We're going to talk to the average.
I'm not on my show.
No, don't worry about it. You're like this is my show. We're gonna take some calls from the average man on the ground and have him educate us as to their ways. We're gonna talk to the all right, I always get this wrong. Sarkin Slayers. Sarkin, are you there?
Hey, what do you know? Freaking spamming DMs until you put me in the chat.
Don't tell people how you got on the show, because then everyone's gonna fucking do it. Look,
I
see your fun little helmet avatar, and I bring you on.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. Fudge, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, what, Dad?
Yelling to your dad now? Okay, I'll wait for you and your dad to have a conversation.
Tell your dad to mind his own business. You're on the fucking show. You're on radio.
Do you understand? This is a professional radio call-in show. I don't have time for you and your dad to argue about who left the lawnmower out.
Professional, okay.
It's not really professional. I'm looking for diamonds in Minecraft right now, so clearly it's not professional.
All right,
really?
you're an evil genius. You got
I really am, yeah.
Freaking,
Oh, Dick, you can't see my screen.
stream.
I'm just playing Minecraft right now. Like, this is the least professional show on the internet. It's wonderful.
Yesterday, you got me to watch a freaking stream, which I normally don't do, for like 2 hours for me to wait my turn. You, sir, are an evil genius.
Well, now you're on first. So look, everything worked out. Congratulations.
Exactly.
Now,
Anyway.
have you've heard now that Trump has resigned? Slayer,
yeah. I mean,
are you even old enough to vote? How old are you?
I'm 15, so.
So you're not voting anytime soon. Were you the one I talked to though, and you said you don't like Trump? And how do you feel about Trump?
I was the one that said give every candidate. I was the one who said give every candidate a gun and let them.
Oh yeah, give every candidate a gun and let them loose in an arena.
Hell yes.
Dick unironically wants that, so you guys are on the same page.
That used to be the government. There would be gun duels in Congress before Congress destroyed America. That was a thing that happened.
We got to bring it back. Well, how do you feel now that Trump has conceded? Do you think this was the right move for him to kind of bring an end to what looked like escalating? I don't want to say violence, but tensions. Go ahead.
Watching him make a fool of himself.
A lot more people.
I don't know. This entire presidency run or whatever. It's like watching a butterfly have a seizure. It's funny at first, then it just starts being sad.
How is it funny at first? I've never watched a butterfly have a seizure. What sick metaphor is that? I have never heard that. All right, fantastic. Well, yeah. I mean, I hate Dick. This was inevitable, I think. Could Trump have stood his ground and said,
losing?
I'm digging it. Well, no, but him digging in and saying, I don't care that they took over the Capitol. I'm right.
I mean,
these are great patriots.
Yeah, if he was, I mean, if he was a drinker, this all of this shit's happening is because Trump doesn't drink. That's the big failing of his presidency. If I was in the White House, or if Trump was drinking, and all men are the same when they're drinking, he would invoke the executive order stopping the election because of foreign interference with China or Russia or whoever gives a fuck, and then he would have a military runoff in the states that he deemed inadmissible. I mean, it's just a full-on military coup. Yeah, he could do it. It's happened before. Yeah. It will happen again. But he's a businessman. Like, that's the worst part about him. The worst two parts about him and the best are that he's a businessman and he's a fucking boomer. He would never do that shit. They'd burn all his properties to the ground.
Yeah, he's not. He wants, again, an easy out. I would like to make a very important announcement. I have found diamonds, so congratulations, successful stream.
I mean, I gotta say,
everyone.
Those people who stormed the Capitol, they really are a bunch of wusses. I mean, if you want to get straight to the government,
wusses? I don't know if they're wusses. I think they're idiots, though.
The White House. Oh God!
I think it takes great idiocy to storm the Capitol. Unless you're really committed. I think if you're going to storm the Capitol, you got to go the full way. And if they had guns and they were committed, I would have been like, okay, well, at least they know what they want. I think just walking in there and waiting to get arrested a couple days later is not the right way to go about it.
What about when they did it with Kavanaugh? Like when Kavanaugh got confirmed, all of those pussy riot, a shitload of protesters.
People, yeah.
Yeah, they stormed the Capitol. They knocked over the barricades. They went in there. They went so far as to get in elevators with congressmen and scream at them about Kavanaugh and senators and scream at them about Kavanaugh's confirmation.
I think at that point, but at that point, I think the problem here is that you had the Capitol Police out. There was hundreds of them, and they broke that line. The Pussy Hat people, they kind of went in on a day. Nobody expected anything to happen. So I guess right there, it's kind of the, being like, we don't even care about police presence or anything else. Like, we're going to do what we want regardless. I think that's the difference there. But I do hear what you're saying, that there may be some hypocrisy. And I would like to mention that Dick, Mad Perfect says, for $2, I only came here for Dick. Vito is an okay lib, I guess. Well, there you go. I'm one of the okay ones.
I mean, you're pretty good. I mean, I've listened to your songs. I mean, I hate them, but eh.
My songs?
Not you.
Dick Masterson's piano streams you're talking about?
Yeah. Thanks.
Dick's, they're pretty good. Yeah, anyway, here we're having the big meeting of Vito stream fans and Dick stream fans. It's a meeting of the minds.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it almost felt like Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. I want give me your final word on. Give me your final word on this this goings on, Saccharin. Are we moving forward or are we going back?
Well, what I was gonna say is it almost feels like reverse Red October, if you know what that is.
Yes, I'm aware of them. Yes. How is it reverse Red October? Can you elaborate on that?
Well, you have a bunch of people from like one political party storming some sort of government building to keep an incompetent leader in power.
To keep an incompetent leader in power.
Yeah.
They were trying to keep Trump in instead of trying to de-seat him. Excellent movie reference, Saccharin. Thank you for reminding us of that fantastic movie. That was Sauron Slayer with a ham-fisted political metaphor, if I've ever heard one.
Reverse Red October.
It's reverse Red October, clearly. Let's see. Karenoff with the $5 donation says, I'm here for Big Masterson as well, but you're one of the go. You get a diamond dong. I don't know what a diamond dong is, but thank you. Uh-oh. Why does my internet keep hiccuping? Are you still there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
all right. I might have dropped my stream for a second. Necronut for $1 says 25 cents for democracy, 75 cents for diamonds. Kappa. All right, let's bring in another caller here. I never know who to bring in because I hate all these people. That's not true. You know, Office Boy is such a fan of the show that
I wrote, would you use this? I wrote a just for fun. I wrote a Discord bot where people can like log what they want to talk about, like an old talk radio format.
Yeah, I do need something like that, honestly. Because up till now,
let me see if I still have that code.
Yeah, because I've been like saying
I set it up
like
so anybody could add it.
I've been telling people, like, listen, if you're, like, a judge or, like, you work in government or something, send me a message, because maybe I'll want to bring you on more than Chucklefuck95. And sometimes that works, but then sometimes people just lie to me. And they're like, yeah, my dad's a federal judge. And then I bring them on and they yell the N-word. So let's... Because everyone on the internet is the most genius comedic mastermind. Office Boy.
In the future, when all of our races have merged because of all the sex, the N word is going to refer to like a magical entity, like the boogeyman.
Yeah,
we
right.
still can't say.
Everyone can't say its name or it'll appear. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, Office Boy has been a big fan of the stream. He even messaged me earlier asking if I'd be streaming. So, Office Boy, are you there? Office Boy. Uh-oh. Is he screwing up his chance to be famous? Well, I tell you what, Office Boy, if you get your microphone figured out, why don't you send me a DM and I'll bring you back in. Let's talk to Alex the Critic. Alex, are you there? I can barely hear you.
Oh, there
you are. Alex, you there?
Oh, yep, I'm here.
Can you turn me off in the background? Turn off YouTube?
Yeah, sorry, I was just watching the stream on my...
No, I know. That's the other thing I have to set up is that so people can listen to the show on Discord. I haven't figured out how to set that up yet. It's easy though, right, Dick? Yeah. You have a green room, right?
No.
No? So they have to listen on YouTube and then...
No, Ralph has it. I don't know.
Yeah, Ralph has it somehow. I don't know how Ralph set it up. I'll have to look into it. Anyway, Alex, how you doing, buddy? How are you feeling about the events of the day?
Well, I'm doing fine, and I honestly, I've kind of been like half caught up to what's happening.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of been a blur to me.
Well, to give you a quick, the big news is that Trump has put out a video where he has essentially said that he will peacefully step aside, allow Biden to become president, and hopefully our nation can begin to heal. All sorts of buzzwords like that. And how do you feel about something like that? Do you feel like this is the right thing to do?
It's a deep fake. That video is a deep fake. Yeah, you just
all false.
Me.
It's all a conspiracy.
It's a deep fake.
Jack hijacked his account and he put a deep fake out there. Banned from Facebook. I was really surprised that the video did not end with Trump going, and please unban me from Facebook. It is one of my favorite places to be. But it did not end with that. Alex, how do you feel about this? Do you think this was the right move for the commander-in-chief to step aside?
I mean,
yeah,
it just seems like to me at least, it seems like the logical move to make. Although I have heard rumblings that there's like still contention over how fair the election actually was. But again, I haven't like caught up to any of that. I've been kind of like laying low on the political side of things. So,
Yeah.
But
Well,
from an
are
outsider's
you a Trump
perspective,
fan yourself? Do you like Trump? Are you sad to see him go? Or
I
were you
mean,
not a
I
big
didn't-
fan?
I didn't hate Trump as much as the rest of the country did, but I didn't particularly like him.
Yeah.
I was kind of in the middle. It was like, he's here, like whatever.
Well, are you excited about are you excited about Biden at all? I mean, is there anything going on politically?
No fucking way. I hate Biden.
Oh, what do you hate about Biden?
So much that again.
So
I never wanna
much.
get into
Give
it.
me
It's
one
just-
specific. Is it the way he sniffs women's hair as if he's never sniffed it before in his life?
that
Delicious strawberry
stuff
blonde
that-
smell that he can't get enough
been, like,
of.
covered by like dozens of other people.
The man just likes sampling different shampoos. He hasn't figured out which brand he likes best. So he goes around sniffing women until he figures it out. I think it's perfectly reasonable.
Makes sense to me.
Makes sense to me. Well, Alex, it sounds like no matter what has happened here today, your life has not been affected too much. This is just business as usual, yes?
Pretty much.
All right. Well, hey, it's good talking to you, Alex, and hopefully we'll have some non-political topics in the future that affect your life more deeply. I understand.
What do you think would affect that guy's life?
I don't know. He doesn't sound like there's much. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, the president just abandoned his post after months. Yeah, what are you going to do? Okay. Seems big to me. Yeah,
Probably
I like
right,
Biden, though. Do you like Trump? No. Do you like Biden? No. Okay.
Nah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We're getting a couple messages here. At Dick Masterson, do you want the whole bit of the Don and Mike show, reading his letter and reviewing his website?
Yeah,
I don't know
of
what that
course. He's talking
means.
about Maddox's. He's talking about a thing that we're making fun of Maddox for.
Oh, okay.
Patreon.
Well, Steve and
Yeah.
Dick would like for you to send him that. What's the best way to reach you, Dick?
Email. What is this? Email.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. CMC has super chat $2. Does anyone know how to reduce pubic mound buildup? No. I don't even know what that would be. And he also says for $2, they must be threatening Trump's family. That's a possibility, honestly. Here's the thing.
Isn't that what they did with Ross Perot?
I think so. Where they were like,
Remember
we're going to
that? There
sue
was-
the hell out of your family if you don't get out, or what?
With Ross Perot, I thought, I don't know. I was a kid when this happened. He was kicking ass, and then he dropped out for no reason and came back, and it was just lame and never the same. I thought they were threatening his daughter or something like that, or going to leak her nudes or something like that.
Well, I know that they keep dragging everybody's family. I mean, they tried the whole Hunter Biden thing. Your family is kind of your big liability as a politician, it seems like. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's no way he could go military coup. Like, he can't actually do a coup because he'll destroy. First of all, he's got $6 billion to lose, but they'll destroy his family until the end of time.
Yeah. He's
People
got
had some
all
wild
sorts.
expectations.
That's kind of the thing, is like, that's almost Trump's undoing, is the fact that he is a businessman. So he is kind of limited in the fact where he's like, I don't want to lose my empire. And I don't blame him. But it does kind of limit, like, you know, how much he can, how crazy he can really get. He's a man with a lot to lose, if you look at it. So, yeah, I don't blame him saying, look, man, I can't win this fight. I just want to have a hotel and a golf course. Leave me the fuck alone. Which I never, the guy loves golf. I think, yeah, I thought he would be happy just playing golf. I don't know why he wants to be president in the first place. Do you think Trump, all right, why do you think Trump became president? Do you think he honestly wanted to save anything, or was he just like, this would be fun?
Yes,
Yes.
he did. He saved a ton of. Oh my God, the shit he did with China alone, getting out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, renegotiating NAFTA, like all of the things that he talked about that were destroying America, he did do. He didn't get his stupid wall up, but he.
They're still gonna work on it, though. I think the wall could happen, right?
Oh, I think
the
Biden
will
is
take
going
it
to send
apart.
Trigglypuff down there to roll over it herself, like the bowling ball in Indiana Jones or the boulder in Indiana Jones.
Right. I guess now that they lost the Senate, there's no chance. But go ahead.
No, there's no. They'll just tear it. They'll tear it down and make it into friendship bracelets. All of the trade stuff he kicked ass on, and he said he was going to do it. All of the getting weird diversity indoctrination, out of the government. That was great. I don't have a list of his hits in front of me, but he did exactly what he said he was going to do while being called Hitler every day. And the entire media, and while getting impeached, and while having the weirdest conspiracies thrown at him all the time. I think it was, and having snakes constantly ingratiating themselves with him, trying to getting fucked over by politicians who are the most scum fuck people on the planet. I think he did care, and he did do a great job.
I will say that one of the big losses for me is I did like this pushback on the diversity hiring and stuff, a lot of which to me always sounds unconstitutional. We had a ballot question in California where they wanted to basically tell the government that they have the right to discriminate against white people, which thankfully we defeated. You saw that ballot initiative, right? Yeah.
They're like, voted for that, actually.
Oh, did you? You're like, let's bring back what do you call it? Let's bring back discrimination. Yeah. Let's bring back Jim Crow. I was like, no, let's not. I think getting rid of that was pretty smart of us.
Because it didn't say in the law discriminate against white people. It just said discriminate against skin colors. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to put this. I want this in our quiver. And
you want to see how it might backfire and what would happen there?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of ways it can backfire when you give businesses the right to discriminate based on skin color. There's a lot of ways. That's like when they tried to have women's only screenings of that first Wonder Woman movie, and I'm like, oh, that's good. Then we can have white only screenings of Green Lantern. Like, are you retarded? Yeah, right? Don't do that. Don't set any precedent for that. All right, real quick, let me see. Did we get a message?
I mean, wait, Trump got peace in the Middle East. Nobody paid attention to it, but he negotiated peace in the Middle East and didn't get any credit for it, which I assume is ruined now.
But he called Rosie O'Donnell a fat pig. I don't like how rude he is, Dick. That's what you don't understand. Let's bring in a caller here. Let's bring in Robot Man. Robot Man, are you there? Robot Man.
Oh, hello.
Hey, can you turn me off on YouTube?
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. Do I still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I was just doing a little bit of writing.
Oh, okay, well, what's going on with you? Oh my god, am I gonna die with all these diamonds? Oh, no! I just fucking died because of you, Robot Man. Now I gotta go all the way back there. God damn it.
Oh, my bad.
I don't even know where the fuck I was.
I don't know
should not have tried to fight that guy. Anyway, what's on your mind, buddy? How are you feeling about this whole situation? That was terrible.
Well,
that's a bad thing.
I don't know. I was following a lot of the Well, anyway, this is the first time calling. Big fan.
Yeah.
You know.
No problem. Oh well, thanks for being a fan. Are you a fan of Dick?
But, I think I've seen him on your show. That's basically it.
He's terrible. I'm the good one. That's a joke. Anyway, so yeah, what are you thinking about today?
Well, because I've been talking to whenever the stuff was going on at the Capitol, and because I've been talking to my brother about this, been talking to my friends about this, and I guess I think if they wanted to be outside the Capitol, I don't know if they're even, because I get it that they were like, you have videos of people like busting through windows and climbing through it like it was some sort of like video, and there's other videos of like Trump and his family watching the footage of it, and it just gets,
Trump and his family were watching the protesters break in. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
They were watching the protests. I don't know if they were watching them break in.
They were probably watching the news. I don't know. Was he reacting? Was he clapping and laughing at the carnage?
I think it was the same video that I think Trump Jr. was talking about, I guess, because that's the line, because it's like, if they wanted to protest it, that's fine. But I think, I don't know if the Capitol building was open, and there's, once you start,
but it was not. They forced their way past a line of cops to get in there.
Yeah, then and there's videos of them like going through, like people were, whether the gate was actually like open for them or not, and I don't have, it's kind of crazy because I should be doing other stuff. And I shouldn't be like, it's not my job to like watch all this stuff and try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah,
it feels like
Are you addicted to? Yeah, are you addicted to watching what's coming in?
Lie.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it feels like because people are like, I'm sorry.
You say the news is a lie, Dick.
I mean, you have to watch it because you know the news is gonna lie. Like they're not gonna. They will not give you anything close to a reasonable take on what happened. So
yeah,
you absolutely are compelled to go searching for answers. Like that's the media created all this Q horse shit that people believe in like a religion. Like because the news does not give a reasonable explanation or a truthful explanation about anything. So people just go get data on their own. I think the media is to blame 100% for Q. I don't know about you.
I think you could make a case that the media has done a very bad job of being honest, and I don't even know why. I don't know why they feel compelled to lie, even about the stupidest things. Where I'm yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say, I think the comparison between the last summer and I guess into fall, all the riots that happened, where people were saying they were mostly peaceful, and people got hurt. Plenty of places got broken into, and people were, left and right were saying, well, not left and right in terms of political, but just in general, people were saying they were mostly peaceful on the, on the news and stuff. And, from what I can tell, I think the last count I saw like 4 people died,
I think more than 4. Oh, you mean recently or
within the capital stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
I think 4 were shot by cops, by the way. I think they were all 4 killed by cops. I'm not sure. I know one was, but
no.
I know one.
They were listed as medical emergencies, so I don't know if that's a heart attack or whatever. But I don't think you'd list a shooting as a medical emergency. One of them was a shooting, and 3 of them were supposed to be a medical emergency. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't think they all got shot. Maybe I'm nuts.
Like regardless, like the loss of life or like the damage to life and property. Where you have that kind of that
property is what I'm most concerned about, to be honest. I just love property so much. Yeah. Government property. Don't touch it. That's the most important thing.
You can burn down a Target or 2, but man, if you mess up that sweet government marble, there's no forgiving you.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I just wanted to. I wasn't even expecting to get on the show, but I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, well, hey, thanks for being a fan, man. I hope I make content which interests and delights you, tickles you in ways that you like to be tickled. What the hell kind of statement is that? But thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I think rioting and, doing anything to anyone's property that's not yours is, I think they had all the right, I guess, to do any sort of protesting. But once they got in there, I think that was a big issue and a big problem. And, because
they went too far by breaking in. Now, here's the thing: is as I've said, look, I could understand wanting to break into the Capitol, and I think that you could even present me with a situation where I'd say, of course, break into the Capitol. This is madness. But first of all, these guys didn't break into the Capitol with any sort of plan. It wasn't like this was like an armed takeover or whatever. It was just some guys being dumbasses. So I don't know. I look at it and I go, I don't think you accomplished anything here today, folks. Mm-hmm. I don't think
Vito,
have you smart plan.
Have you seen any of the pictures tying some of the first people who broke in, identifying them as Antifa guys? Which I know sounds crazy, and I thought it was crazy, but then I saw the pictures. I'm like, oh shit, that is the guy.
Well, which guys? Because I know they've falsely identified more than a few people. Who did you see that like?
It's a specific one. I'm pulling it up right now.
Because I know that they're like, look at this Antifa guy, and you go, that's literally like one of the most famous neo-Nazis there is, and also that's not even a picture. That's not even him. Like they linked to a picture of him, and they're like, look, it's on an Antifa website. I'm like, it's on the Antifa website's list of our enemies. Like, not everybody on the Antifa website is Antifa.
Yeah, it's the. I'll find it.
All right.
It was like this whole stuff with the dishonor tattoo being thought of as the Iron sickle.
You saw that, right, Dick? The guy who had
that was hilarious.
Yeah, and also that Viking, or not was it the Viking guy who everybody's like, oh yeah, false flag, and you're like, he's literally a QAnon guy. Like, he just is.
The Q shaman.
They're like, why was he at this other protest?
Arizona.
Yeah, he wasn't there as an Antifa in Arizona, right?
I mean,
there-
you know, it's sickening to see like that so many boomers and Republicans need them to be Antifa. Like, oh well, this whole thing is just caused by Antifa. Like, you guys do you just love the government no matter what? Like, is that what it is? It just you can't imagine anyone on your side just getting sick of it. Like that's so stupid.
Well, this is what I was discussing with Mr. Girl yesterday is if you honestly in your heart believe that democracy is being stolen from you, then of course in your heart you would have a moral right to storm the government. The issue, we have is that I would only make that determination if you're 100% sure that something's happened. And I think even with what you're saying about we should have brought it to court and whatever else, I think there's still some leeway to say that this was very possibly a legitimate election. I think it was a legitimate election. I would like to see some of those questions answered. But I still don't think you should be storming the Capitol at this point in time.
The existence of e-voting machines to me is a complete makes democracy non-existent. Those things are just they're just fraud machines.
Do you want to go to just like full paper ballots, all hand counted?
Well, if you're going to have an e-voting machine, that code all needs to be open source. It needs to be posted online, and you need to have a clear chain of custody from the ballot into the system, the ballot out of the system. It's got to be held. It's got to be held for years afterwards for auditing. And if any of those things are violated even once, the entire thing is out. The entire state is out. Like you cannot, when you're dealing with e-voting, and when you're dealing with the vote, it's so simple to just not destroy evidence. Like you are the government. You have all the cops. You have all the money in the world to do it correctly. There is no excuse for you to shred ballots or have like funky auditing equipment.
Yeah, nothing should go wrong. And if something goes wrong, it should be a major red flag.
Yeah, major disqualifier. But this is just like you're talking about the mechanics of the election, the way we have it. I think our representatives are so out of whack and so I think we're so underrepresented in Congress that I would say we don't have a democracy, period. Anyway,
this guy's saying the guy who was at both the Antifa and the Trump events is definitely CIA. Is somebody accusing me of being a flip-flopper? Robot Man, I'm going to let you go. We're going to take some more calls, buddy. But thanks for coming by.
It's John Sullivan. That's the guy. I'm going to send it to you on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, let me...
I mean, I don't care if it is Antifa, but you were there with me in L.A. We saw people destroying shit in the BLM protests.
That's true. And it was all white guys who were prepared to go. Okay, so John Sullivan was inside the U.S. Capitol. He is the founder of the civil rights group Insurgent USA. Okay, but are we saying he helped people get in, or
yeah, he was right next to the chick who got shot.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I think there were people from both sides there, so I can't go like, oh, it's definitely because this one guy was there. He was, leading them or something. But I would like to know. Yeah, I mean, like, we're going to figure out everybody who was there. We have so much video and whatever else. I can't imagine we're not going to have everybody's name. I mean, there's groups right now who are probably coming through it themselves. I don't know.
What about the Vegas shooter? Did we ever find anything about anything?
Yeah, he has a Vietnamese girlfriend, and he likes playing video poker, and that's all you need to know. Shut the hell up. Yeah, Don't ever question that narrative, especially not here. I don't want to disappear, Dick.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
I don't want to disappear. I don't trust that at all. Anyway, yeah, it is. I mean, we're going to find out what went down. I really doubt Antifa led Baked Alaska into that building. I just don't see it in my heart, but I
don't think so either.
Wrong.
I think it's funny that they're there. I think it's funny that they're there, and, small little win
small
here or there
little thing there. We've had a couple of messages come in. Sly Rapper with the tier 1 subscription, very nice. CMC Advanced says Rosie O'Donnell is a fat ass. Okay, fair enough. Sly Raptors with 100 bits, thank you. Reich with the $5 says, here's your goddamn pizza, pushing the pizza fund to $110 over the past week or two, so we're gonna have some good pizza. Big tip guy, $5. Orange man bad, old man good. Orange man bad, old man good. Very correct. That is the correct statement. McDowell with $5 says, I don't like Trump, but I like your content. Will you do stand-up again one day? Take care from Canada. I don't think there is going to be stand-up anymore.
No, I don't think so either.
I think this has been the death of stand-up comedy. If it's going to come back, it's going to come back in a very weird form. But I don't think any comedy clubs they're all bleeding money right now. Whichever ones stay open. I think people are just getting their comedy from the internet anymore. I think this is the new stand-up show. Dick,
yeah,
you know
it's
going to
be Amazon. Amazon's going to have they're going to go buy all the stand-up comedy clubs, and then you're going to go in there, and they're just going to have like a TV on an animatronic grimace suit. It's going to show.
It's going to shake its arms around.
Yeah.
It's going to play Hannah Gadsby for you from Netflix.
Yes.
Watch good Hannah Gadsby stuff.
And you're going to sit there in your mask and your full bodysuit with your day. I don't think things are ever going back to normal. I don't know why they would. I don't know why people think that they would.
I don't know either. Let's see. Grodd really wants to come on, so I will make sure to push him to last because Grodd is the worst. Office Boy, I will bring you on. Darkside Roxas says he worked as an election inspector. Well, I think that could be interesting. You want to talk to...
Yeah,
let's talk to him real quick. Okay, Darkside. Let's try bringing you on here. Darkside, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Let me bump you up because your audio's a little low.
How many votes did you steal, Darkside?
Yeah.
I could have stolen a lot if I wanted to. I'm not going to lie, and I'll elaborate. I didn't. I'm a good boy.
Yes.
I believe in your right to vote. I didn't fuck with any of that. Plus, honestly, I thought Trump had it in the bag, and I thought there was no point. And I was surprised to see he was never in the lead.
And now let's say you're election inspector. So what would you do? Were you on the vote counting floor where they're tallying everything up?
Yes, I did a little bit of everything. I ran the check-in station, but I spent most of the day telling people where to go to submit their vote, and I helped people submit it through the machines because not a lot of people knew how to do it.
Okay.
And
so this was at one of many polling stations you were kind of helping out and facilitating, making sure everything went smoothly.
Yes, and this is all in New York State for context. I don't want to say county because that's a little too close to. I don't want to dox myself.
Yeah,
but this is all New York State. This is all New York State.
So let's say now so you're there, you see votes happening. Is there an opportunity for you as a random guy, if you wanted to slip some extra ballots in? How hard do you think it would have been?
Well, at my location, it would have been very easy, and I don't say that with yes.
Don't say that lightly. I
don't know where you guys sit on what should qualify a person to the right to vote. I'm not sure if you think there should be a civics test before you vote.
Well, you have to be. If you're white, I think your vote should count more. That's a joke.
Yeah, obviously.
No, the black man's vote should count 5 times because they're the most oppressed. We're joking, people. All right, go ahead.
Is it a radical statement for me to think that you should be able to read to vote or know who the candidates are?
It's not radical to me. No, I think reading I think it should be very elaborate, like a national treasure kind of setup to see who gets to vote, so that only like a epic scavenger hunt that takes place over 4 years, and then only like 12 people, like Survivor, make it to the end. And
those are the ones who are allowed to vote.
Yeah, like with all kinds of clues and stuff like that. And
clues.
You have to balance a checkbook. You have to be able to find China on a map.
That's fair. That's fair. There should be a civics test.
You have to at least pass a Google CAPTCHA. That's it. A Google CAPTCHA. You have to be able to tie your shoes. You're talking about stuff like basics, reading. Yeah.
That was not a case. So I did not have a particularly large location. I think the grand total was 254 people voted at my location because the machines count at the end. Like, it was just quick math.
Yeah.
And I did not see everyone. I did not interact with every single person who voted there because I took breaks. So I was there from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. all day. It was a mission.
It's a long day, yeah.
Yeah. I personally encountered 6 people who did not know who the president was. They asked me, as an assistant, which one is the president. They wanted to know that so they could not vote for him.
They just knew that their life sucked now and they wanted it to change.
and then it's his
Blue
fault.
no matter who. I have no idea who blue is, but I guess I have to vote for blue. 6 people did not know who the president of the United
Already,
States
you could just give them the wrong answer. I mean,
I very easily could have. I did
no, that's true. That's true.
yeah,
I
see,
really
Vito, you don't think like a cheater, and I do. That's why I know all this cheating took place.
Listen, man, I thought about it, but I'm not going to do that shit. Like, I thought Trump had it in the bag. I was not going to trample people's right to vote. Even if I thought it was stupid that they're voting and didn't know who the fuck they were doing. It's their right. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Was there any particular reason you thought Trump had it in the bag? You just the way it looked, things were going.
I don't know. I didn't know a single Biden supporter, like in person, who was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to vote for Biden because he's the best. He loves all his policies." Everyone I know who voted for Biden, like through proxy, were still like, "Yeah, Biden sucks. I don't want to vote for Biden. But I don't want to vote for Trump either."
Yeah.
And
Well, I feel like I'm getting away from the more interesting idea of you at the election offices. People don't know who they're voting for. What about the people working around you? I mean, wouldn't it be hard to? It would be hard to start making out fake ballots, though, right? Like you'd have to have everybody on board for something like that, I imagine.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The way it worked at my location, I'm not sure if this is a general rule, but they check you in. You get a number, and that number corresponds with the ballot you're given. That way, I can't fill out like 6 ballots for whoever I want and submit them. They all have a code value, so you can say, "Hey, is this that ballot legal?" We have the identification number checked, and if someone spoils a ballot, like they fill out the wrong way, or they do it the wrong way.
Yeah.
What we're supposed to do is we put an X over it, and a big Sharpie we wrote "spoiled." Then we went to go put it in an envelope, seal the envelope, and write a number on it. It was this whole process to make sure.
And what do you do with those ballots that have an error on them? Do they get a chance to fix them, or they just lose their vote?
They do it again. I think they were given 3 opportunities before you say, "Okay, you're a dumbass. Get the fuck out of here."
Did anyone fail to vote 3 times?
Almost. We got a couple people who were like, "This is your last chance, man." Like,
God, that's gotta be
just
embarrassing.
Tell me who you want to be president.
Yeah.
What about running them? What about running the ballots multiple times? Like if you're in front of the machine and you're running them all through to get them counted. Can you run the same ballot through so it counts twice?
I don't believe so. The way it works is it's like a dollar. It's like a vending machine. That's how I describe it to people.
Yeah.
It sucked it up. It throws it in a bin inside the machine. At the end of the day, we opened the machines. We collected the bins. We put them in I think it was like a duffel bag.
So you would have to. It would have to. If you wanted to recount it, you'd have to let it get sucked inside the machine, then open the machine up and grab it again, and scan the whole bit. But could you have done that like after hours?
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to grab the whole bin
run,
of
like,
ballots and
10
just run
in.
them all twice? Is there any like serial number on them that says this has already been scanned or anything like that?
Oh, let me ask this: do you know that you can't do that? Like, do you know for sure that that's not possible?
I cannot say in good confidence that I believe that is impossible.
Okay.
I don't think it's possible, but I cannot put my hand on a Bible and say, "Yeah, this is not possibly done."
So if you had an organized, it is possible that if you had like an organized field office where everybody was on the side of the Democrats. Possible. We don't know if it's, maybe there's some way they would. I think the problem is obviously that I don't know. And I also don't know, again, if there would be checks and balances in some way where you go, wait a minute, these numbers don't add up. Again, I'm not qualified to talk about this at all.
David Buster's doesn't have this problem, by the way. All their tickets get counted one time.
Who doesn't have this problem? Ticketmaster?
David Buster's.
David Buster's figures it out. Nah, man, I know all the David Buster's tricks. You can get those tickets to go through twice. You just got to be real sneaky about it.
I do think that might be possible because the way it was supposed to work, keyword is supposed to work, is you're supposed to have an equal number of Democrats and an equal number of Republicans at your polling booth. It's supposed to be 50-50 or as 50-50 as possible.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is the Republicans make sure that they have a representative at every polling station. Right? Like, isn't that to make sure that nothing weird goes down? Now you could say maybe some rogue guy would identify as a Republican and then go there and still be in on the steal. I don't know. There's a lot of different possible things that could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys who gave their testimony was like, yeah, I'm the Republican guy, but I was going around like 7 places today. I go in and there's just people. It's just like bedlam.
Yeah, there's
chaos.
not enough.
People,
You can't handle all that stuff in one day.
We got $1.5 trillion for gender studies in the underwater
it's not for
city
gender
of Atlantis.
studies.
But we can't pay. But we can't pay a guy to just go sit at a table and watch votes getting counted. Oh, we could count that 1.5 trillion though. You better believe. Atlantis is getting all their money for gender studies.
Atlantis
Count it out
needs
one by one.
more fucking male mermaids. Okay, come on. Dick,
Is it
stop
a
being
mermaid with a
bigot.
fish on top or a fish on the bottom? I don't know.
I don't
We're going to spend $2 billion to figure that out.
I don't stand for this anti-Atlantean bigotry on my show, Dick. I'm sorry. You know what I'm mad about the gender studies claim, though, is because that was a Lindsey Graham fucking program, okay? It's a Republican thing. Everybody keeps going, the Democrats sent money for gender I'm like, Lindsey Graham did that, you cocksucker. We didn't do anything. we just made sure. Yeah, I know. I know they are, but that's the thing. Everybody says, oh, the Democrats are evil. They're both evil.
They're both evil.
Yeah.
They're definitely both evil.
They're both evil, and you just got to choose which one's a little bit less evil. And I've decided the Democrats are the ones.
Do that.
Yes, that's how to vote.
Wait, I had another question about.
Go ahead.
I had another question about voting. What about that weighted race algorithm that like counted some electronic votes more than others, and it gave the results in a decimal instead of an integer? That seemed super shady, and I did not see anything saying those machines did not have that feature. Everything said, yeah, it's in the manual, weighted race. That's exactly what it is, but we turned it off.
I don't know about this.
Grodd was trying to bring this up, and maybe we'll bring Grodd in. We'll see if he did any amount of research on what he brought up yesterday. Was saying, which I doubt he did, because Grodd just says things and never brings any evidence. But he said, yes, that some votes were somehow counted as an integer. Now, the thing I would say, though, is we see the vote counts. It says, this many people voted for Biden. I've never seen 10,000.5 people voted for Biden. So I don't know what we're talking about there.
It by the population. So if your district has 1,000 people in it, and then once they get the number out of the machine, if it's like 56.77, then they multiply it by 1,000 people that were through the e-machine. So you've got,
the machines in my location. The machines in my location actually printed out like a receipt at the end of the day. Like I don't remember how much it was, but I could actually tell you how many people voted for Trump versus how many people voted for Biden versus how many people voted for the other guys. It gave you like the details. Hey, this machine received 150 votes, 70 of them for this, 20 of them for this, blah, 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 blah. It gave us receipts in a day, and they're all whole numbers. There's none of this, half of it for Biden. What?
So that's after the like the machine will spit out, all right, I've got my internal my internal double, which is a decimal, and then I'm going to multiply that by the number of people voted, and I'm going to round it, and then I'm spitting out that as the integer number of people that voted.
That's very bizarre. Yeah.
Programmatically, there is no explanation for that because integer is the default in any database. So you're
saying it's using float instead of integer?
Double, which is a float on both. Which, So I would just love to have the programmer explain that one to the Supreme Court. That's all I need. Just go ahead and explain to these people why the fuck you're storing votes as a non-integer.
All right, real quick, I want to ask Darkside Rocks. I want to ask you one question. Let's say you went in there that day, and you wanted to figure out a way to change 100 people's votes from Trump to Biden. Can you think of any way that you would have went about that? Is there any opportunity you think you would have had? It sounds like you could have ran just simple psyop mind tricks and convinced people that the current president is Biden, so they vote against him. But was there any opportunity when they hand you the ballot? Was there any opportunity to change a bubble? Was there anything like that where you think you could have somehow gotten away with changing 50 to 100 ballots?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
All the cheating or
don't feel like I'm hoping for a yes answer from you because I want the answer to be no. For the God's sakes, no.
I can only tell you what I saw that day. The only real cheating I think could have been done at that particular location without some sort of elaborate plan that I was not privy to
Yeah.
would be all opportunists, because there are 6 people who didn't know who the president was, and 1 person who straight up could not read, legitimately could not read the ballot, like English.
Yeah.
What is that?
I mean, I
feel like
could
you
see
said-
bringing a bunch
yeah,
of homeless people in there and telling them you're going to buy them a sandwich if they vote for Biden. I think that's also an opportunity, but who knows?
Well, you had to check in. We actually had a couple people who show up to our location. They go to
If
the.
you show up and you're from the wrong location, do we turn you away?
They will
and
kick
get
you out. Yes, they will kick you out.
Okay.
They will say, "Hey, this is the wrong location. You need to go to this address. It's over here."
So you probably can't pick homeless guys off the street because they're probably from out of state or different towns or something anyway.
No,
Well, could you read your list and see who didn't show up?
I don't think so, because the way the poll pads worked there was someone
Did you have
gets
to
there,
type in their name and then it double checks it?
Yes.
Okay.
The way we learned it was Vito goes in there and says, "Hi, I'm Vito. The first 3 letters of my name are VIT. The last 3 are G whatever." And we say, "Okay, Vito so and so." We press the pad, we flip it over, say, "Is this you? Can you confirm this is you?" "Yes, that's me." They sign it on the pad, "This is them." Then we send them down to the guy adjacent to us who gives them the ballot with all the numbers, all that fun stuff.
All right.
Well, let me run this one by you, because again, you seem like an honest guy. Me, I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, Dick would steal. Dick is just mad that he didn't think to steal the election first. That's really what he's most upset about. He's like, why didn't I do it? Yeah,
man, give me a couple $1,000,000. I'll have that thing. You need to cheat back, buddy. I understand you may not be able to steal it. Do you think because what if I go in there and I'm working there and I'm like, yeah, okay, nobody's looking. I got my little pad here. I'm going to check in. Who should I check in as? Let's see, John Smith, James Smith, John Doe, Jane.
They don't have the list of names, though. So you wouldn't have the list of names. The problem.
This is a common name. John, that's why I go John Smith, Williamson. Okay. I just start typing in names. I start
trying to figure out voter names.
I would think they have the white pages. I mean, it's very easy to figure out who lives in your.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Actually, it's kind of possible, because when I was working the check-in, I know. When I was working the check-in station for a brief time, what happened? It was you look up the name, and one of the ways it would tell you that Vito is Vito and not some other guy sharing this name is this your address?
Yeah.
So I was sitting there going, holy shit! I can find out the address of any son of a bitch who lives in my county.
Here's the thing: was the question, is this your address, or was the question, tell me your address? Because if the question is, this is your address, right? 359, North Pleasant. The only thing they have to say is, yes, that is my address. Allow me, John Smith, to vote.
I can't remember if it was we asked him what their address is.
Yeah.
But there was a confirmation surrounding the address. I wish I remember what the exact thing was. I think we said, can you confirm your address for us? That way we're not just going, I'm John
do you
Smith.
Type it in? I mean, would you type it into the pad if they confirmed it for you? Or does it show it to you and you just have to say, yes, they verified it?
It shows it to us, the inspector. Then we say, can you tell us your address? Can you confirm your address?
Yeah, so me as the crooked inspector, I just say, yeah, that's mine. Yeah, there you go, sure.
Me as a crooked inspector.
So, I mean, I can already, if no one's looking, this is just like no one's looking, jerking off at work rules. When no one's looking, I know when that happens, I can just start doing fake ballots. Like, this is the system we have. Whether or not it was taken advantage of this time around, this system is totally unacceptable.
Well, that's why I would be, what I honestly want to have happen? I want Democrats to stop freaking out about voter ID. Because if it's going to prevent this kind of hubbub in the future, it's worth it. We got 4 years. You can get everybody. You get some sort of identification. And I would think wouldn't voter ID pretty much put an end to 99.9% of these issues people are bringing up?
It probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, even as a Democrat, I understand that certain communities, it's harder to get an ID than others. But whatever. We just had people storm the Capitol. It might be worth looking into. It seems reasonable to me.
Well, make people listen, because you're just a racist. Everything you're saying is horrible.
I know. I just hate minority communities because I want them to have IDs. Darkside, thanks for coming by, buddy. Always good to have you on, even though I think this is the first time I've ever talked to you.
I've tuned in a few times. I've waited.
Well, I'm glad you got on this time.
Yes. Can we go back to 2 days ago when the Call Me Carson thing was the big deal?
We'll cover Carson in the future. We're still getting around to that. Me and Dick have been arguing about. We've been talking about that. I think it's absurd what's going on. Who gives a shit about a 19-year-old talking to a 17-year-old? Really?
I cannot get over the way these men and have adopted the feminist mindset of we need to stop men from having sex. Like it's so perverse to see a 40-year-old man Keemstar commenting on the sexting of a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old. I don't care which gender is the older one, but it's way fucking. If I get a 19-year-old kid that I'm taking care of, the last person I want reading their sex is gross
Keemstar, and broadcasting it to the internet.
What is he? What is he? The fucking Pope? I'm Keemstar. I'm making sure that your teenagers aren't sexting. Like, man, why don't you get the fuck out of what my teenagers are sexting to each other, you scumbag creep? Fuck you.
That's what pisses me off. Is I'm like, look, this is the kind of behavior I'd expect from some like crazy harpy feminist who thinks men should never touch women or never look at a woman. But the idea that Keemstar, of all people, is telling you that you as a 19-year-old boy can't talk to people who are basically the same age as you, is a...
No thanks.
And I know, here's the thing is, I don't even think Keemstar believes this. I think Keemstar knows that he's doing this for attention and clicks and whatever else. Because I guarantee if Keemstar was a 19-year-old boy and had an attractive 17-year-old fan, he's not going to be talking about power dynamics or whatever the fuck else. He would have banged the shit out of that girl. I don't think he even believes what he's talking about. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, I think he thought he smelled a pedophile. Like the most, these YouTube people, they get the most excited they've ever been in their life is when they think that that another pedophile exists and that they could
another pedophile other than them.
Yeah, the happiest day in a YouTuber's life is when a new pedophile appears and more children are harmed. They're like, oh, thank God a pedophile hurt a child today. Now I can go sell ads on it.
Now I can milk it. Yeah.
I think he smelt a pedophile in the water and didn't realize that those texts had been sent 2 years ago, and then is trying to spin it like he's the fucking savior of 17-year-old girls, the most worthless demo on the planet. Anyway.
No, I mean, I saw this again with my friend Mr. Girl, who was basically the most hated man on YouTube.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I still think I'm still proud that he went out there and he said those things. I think people did not understand the joke of it. There was some humor mixed in there that clearly went over people's heads. But
he was so right. Like, yeah, the reason you hate this is because you're all attracted to teenage girls. What? Like, yeah, he's 100% right. Because
the reason you hate this is because
that's why.
Yeah, you remember having the Britney Spears poster on your wall when you were a teenager, and you waited until you were like 24 before you finally took it down. Okay, so don't fucking pretend that you're incapable of getting turned on by a 16-year-old. I mean, obviously the girls and cuties were much younger than I want to admit to ever getting turned on by, but fucking, it's something that you got to talk about. Is that the second a girl turns 18, it's not suddenly everybody's eyes turn on her and go, oh well now. Okay, we've always had a problem with sexualizing. Again, I always think of young entertainers like a Britney Spears or something, which would play around in the schoolgirl outfits and everything else. And you got to be able to talk about, is that okay? It doesn't seem okay. You know?
Now, I was 16, I think, when that came out, so it was okay for me to be into it. But now, as a grown man, am I allowed to remember being 16 and being...
Are you allowed, to keep the Britney Spears poster on? I knew a kid who had the Britney Spears poster on his wall well past the point where it was maybe okay. But was it still okay? I can't even say no. Who cares at that point?
You're dating a new girl. If you're dating a new girl and you're, in your 30s or whatever, and she goes, oh, so when was your first kiss? You have to say, you must be a pedophile because you're asking about a teenage sexual encounter. And that's the end of this meeting, ma'am.
We can never talk about this.
A dad says, like, oh, honey, you're wearing too much makeup. Her response is to call CPS because her dad is a pedophile.
Right, and is thinking about her in a sexual manner, which is not okay. And this is clear the most obvious form of misogyny that exists. Yeah.
Oh, they're so excited.
That whole
They're
debacle
so
has been
excited.
wonderful, and I'm so glad we've brought it up again so that people will bother me about it on Twitter for another couple weeks. Let's see. I think we missed a couple messages. We had... And Dick, if at any point you feel like you need to step off, I was going to go for another hour or so.
Go for it. I think we just ordered pizza.
Oh, fantastic. I got a lot of messages.
I can talk about Trump forever. This is the end of Trump.
This is the last time you get to talk about Trump. This and maybe Sunday you get to talk about him leaving, and then it's over. Then you got Biden.
Somebody fucking emailed me. Are you going to talk about don't talk about politics too much in your next episode? I'm like, why don't you just go fuck off?
People are stupid, man. Like, what else are you going to talk about? Literally, people stormed the Capitol building of the world superpower. Like, you got to talk about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kirna says, I don't like Canada, but I like comedy. Will you do Trump? Don't know what that means, but sure. Dick is Rowdy Roddy Piper in They Live, but instead of glasses that allow him to see the truth, it's liquor. There you go. Yeah. I think next dictation should be They Live. I would watch They Live.
Oh, dude, let's do it. Let's do it.
A good
I've
one.
never seen that. Let's do it.
You've never seen They Live? Oh, it's a good one. It's a fun time. You're gonna love it. You know that one though with the Rowdy Roddy Piper and the sunglasses and everything. You know all the memes.
know it.
Rantsu says, Dick, you look great as Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Forget Fabio hair, do Joker hair. It will make your encroaching hairline look cool. Well, there you go. Good advice for you there. Right. Rantsu's been donating like crazy. Bitcoin at 40,000, next chain link to the moon. I bought a little... I sold my chain link because I'm a fucking idiot. And the second I sold it... Because every one of my investments was going down, and I was like, I need to reevaluate what I'm buying, what I'm not buying. Luckily, my stocks are doing good today, but whatever. Yeah. I took a little bit out. I didn't take it all out, but I should have left it all in. Who cares about tyranny? All that matters is Cuties is getting banned from Netflix. I don't think that's happening. I think it's sticking around.
It's going to win an Oscar, you idiots.
It's probably going to win an Oscar.
Yeah. You cannot stop talking about it. You've guaranteed that it will win an Oscar and be remembered forever and played forever because you cannot stop talking about it. And while you were bitching about it, Biden stole an election by using people like me, who've easily figured it out in 10 minutes.
He did distract you with the stupid French movie. That's the other thing, is the more you talk about it, the more it's going to enter the filmatic canon where it goes, well, you have to see Cuties. It's one of the most controversial films of its time. If you just shut up about it, nobody would have ever watched it ever again. You kind of screwed that up, people. I hate to say
Oh, but don't you see, Vito? They're protecting those 4 girls.
Yeah.
Those 4 girls who were victimized by always talking about them and talking about how disgusting they are.
Those girls who were victimized with a film career and a contract. God, those poor victims. Sly Raptor, what am I wearing? I'm wearing a Let It Die t-shirt from the popular PS4 video game Let It Die, which I actually made some trailers for back in the day. I can actually probably talk about my trailer work for this one company because the guy who was giving me work there. Did you know I make trailers for video games sometimes, Dick?
No.
I just don't talk about it because I assume the video game company did not want their product associated with a loudmouth who talks about voting fraud on the internet. But maybe now I can talk about it because my buddy quit that company. He's not going to give me that work anymore. The quote tweets on Vito's Greta post, A+ comedy. I agree. That was a good joke from me. People are saying I stole that joke from you, Dick. I swear that I didn't.
What was the joke? The Greta? I actually thought I said, that motherfucker, he stole that.
You thought I stole it from you? I swear I just went online and I saw some news article that said today is Greta Thunberg's 18th birthday. And I went, oh, that's funny. I'll make an OnlyFans joke. I swear I did not steal it from you.
You're obviously lying. You stole it from me, but you made it better. You made it better, so I am in full support of the steal.
I evolved the comedy.
You stole the election, and you stole my joke.
Stealing jokes, stealing comedy, stealing elections. Rantsu says, Jesse Lee Peterson, not married. Nick Fuentes, not married. All these conservatives have strong opinions on what to do with our wiener. That is true. I don't know why conservatives care about my wiener so much. CMC Advanced, $2. I want to know why Dick blocked me on Twitter. Dick, CMC Advanced is good stock. I think y'all got to unblock him.
I'll unblock him. I have to block anybody that seems off because I lose so many fucking accounts. Like,
yeah, because people report you and whatever else. Yeah.
Yeah, if I see anything odd, I'm like, I gotta block you. I don't know.
I hear you. Let's try talking to Office Boy again. Office Boy, are you there now? Office Boy. My favorite 15-year-old boy. Office Boy is going to send me some pictures so I can groom him. I'm very excited. I don't think he's there. He said he fixed his audio. You didn't fix your audio. Office boy. You screwed it up again. You screwed it up again. That poor kid. He loves being on the show, but he's never there. Grodd, I'm giving you a chance. Don't be weird.
Well, I was going to open with a weird joke. Can you give me just one pass?
Were you going to make your Mr. Girl joke again?
No, I was going to make a different one. It's about Greta.
Okay, what's your Greta joke? I'll hear it.
It's a sad day. She's turned 18. She's officially too old.
Right.
Okay, but that's not what I'm wanting to talk about. It's sure. All right. Anyway, I think Dick would enjoy my parents calling on the show yesterday because I covered a lot of stuff we talked about here. I don't know if Dick is aware. Have you seen the Fulton County, Georgia? I believe it was where the State Farm Arena, where they
you're talking about the ballots that were
overnight.
The ballots that were under the table in the State Farm Arena.
I wanted to actually ask the guy who was on earlier, the election investigator guy. Like,
yeah, well, he was in New York.
If they kicked everybody out and had a crew working overnight, could he see in his location? Like, yeah, you could totally just scan all the ballots you want and just he said he's not sure if it would double check and say this ballot's already been scanned or something like that. Because I imagine there's a record attached. Well, pulling in new ones.
Like if there was just a bunch under a table.
Yeah.
Did he say anything that would make that impossible? Let's see.
No.
You would have to have a bunch of ballots that were already filled out. I think you would need to figure out people who weren't going to vote otherwise, So you'd either need the names of dead people or people you knew weren't going to show up and vote, so their name didn't show up twice. Something like that. So I don't know.
It sounds like something I'd like discussed.
When you run the ballot,
you want the Supreme Court to take a look at it? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when you run the ballot through the machine, it just does the number. It doesn't check who you are and who you vote. So all you need is a ballot. It doesn't need to actually be tied to anybody.
But doesn't it record the name? It must record the name because can't you check online to see if your ballot was processed?
Well, it records an ID that's tied to your name that gets assigned when you check in, as I understand it. So your name, you sign in with your name and say, "Yeah, that's me," and then they give you a ballot.
All it says is whether you voted. It doesn't say,
Yeah.
How?
And then the ballot is tied with a number, with an identifier in the database to your identity.
Okay, but right away I'm going to say,
but with the machines counting the votes, there's nothing stopping it from just counting a ballot. That's not tied to
We'll never know. We'll never fucking know.
That's right.
The answer to any of these questions. We'll never know. They've been doing the stupid e-voting has been going on for 20 years. At the same, whoever loses says it's the most fraudulent thing in the world, but they all push it through every fucking year, no matter what anybody says. It's totally outrageous.
And this year, all the courts have just denied to even hear it. They say, no, you're too late. No, you're too early. Oh no, you don't have standing.
My show is a conservative rant chamber now. The two of you are just gonna go on like this for hours.
Elizabeth
Warren
you. Said they're
Elizabeth Warren.
Vito,
Elizabeth Warren. Tell me about Pocahontas, Dick. Tell me about Pocahontas, please. How do we stop Pocahontas from stealing the vote? Listen, you knuckleheads. Okay, look, there might have been something that went on. And
all we wanted was an investigation.
But you keep saying that, but you can't tell me exactly what you want investigated. You want to investigate. You want but you want to investigate the code. Grodd wants to investigate as the Fibonacci sequence. Like there's 50,000 fucking things you guys want to investigate.
There's a lot of fraud going on, Vito.
Oh, there's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of fraud.
I want to look at the code. I want to see the fucking ballots. I want to see if there are creases in the ballots. I just want to look.
Do you want me to? Vito,
just shut up and accept the result. You just don't
want
to
be investigated.
What?
We need signature match. We need to check dead voters. We need to check moved voters out of state. We need to check double voting. We need to check voting that that violated the legal provisions for those states. I mentioned yesterday that they changed the rules against the legislature's already set out rules. They did it. That's unconstitutional. Those unconstitutional votes need to be thrown out.
Okay.
Those
I have,
are all
I have a
things
much more important question. Does anyone who plays Minecraft know how to get your stuff back after you go through a portal and explode? Because I just lost my diamond pickaxe and I'm real mad about it.
Oh, no.
Wait, every time you go through this portal, does it spawn you somewhere random? Where'd all my shit go? Why was there lava?
It shouldn't be random.
All right, I'm going to have to use the console to spawn myself another diamond pickaxe because that's bullshit. I refuse to accept the results of that election, sir. Not okay. Look, the election was fine. Everything's fine. You don't deserve to look at the code. We're not going to let all you bigots go through the code with your bigot Nazi fingers. Okay?
Vito, when you make peaceful, revolution impossible, you make violent revolution inevitable.
Great. Can somebody post in the chat? All right, great. Somebody post in the chat the code to make a diamond pickaxe.
You just got a taste of it yesterday.
Shut up.
Taste.
Somebody post in the chat how to make a diamond. Where the fuck am I? I'm not even in my castle now. Somebody post how to make a diamond pickaxe with infinite hardness and infinite durability or whatever the fuck. Because now I don't have my pickaxe and I'm mad.
I mean, you're just gonna lose it again.
I am gonna just lose it. I've already lost it once. Every time
I lose it, all
I
you
lose
need
it,
to know is how to spawn one in, and you can just spawn one in again.
Right, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know why I keep losing my shit.
Someone has it at Rollin Minecraft. Diamond _ pickaxe.
I just died in Minecraft and I'm mad about it. I'm gonna take a break from Minecraft. Anyway, look, Grodd, it was stolen. Deal with it. What do you? Let's put it this way.
No, we're not going to deal with it because this is our country at stake.
I know it's our country. Our country is under attack. Our values are under attack. I'm not going to fix your country. Okay.
You just go, is
that... what was I going to say? Grodd, let's put it this way. We accept that you do not accept the results of the election. What do you think about Trump standing down? Is he cucked? Has Trump cucked you now by refusing to keep fighting for a proper election?
So what the statement that I assume you're referring to the statement that was released. There's some speculation that might be a deepfake. Now I don't know if I believe
Jesus fucking Christ, God!
Hold on, I'm just opening.
Can we have a real conversation? You think a deepfake was put on Trump's official
I don't necessarily
Twitter
believe
account?
that. If you listen to his words, though, the words he says is the end to a good first term. Well, why would you call it a first term if there isn't a second term? You know?
Okay.
So that's an interesting choice of words. That was in his.
Well, because he's setting it up for 2024, which would be his second term. Like, what's the other president?
Here's the thing: if we let this steal happen now, there will never be a free, fair election ever again. How can he win in 2024?
Thank God.
When they're just going to steal again?
I want more stolen elections. They're more fun.
Florida fixed their shit after 2000.
After their teeth were kicked in. Yeah.
I think if it starts affecting local elections, then they might do what Florida did. But yeah, I think you're right.
I want to get back to this. I want to get back to this.
Key areas. You know, that's all they had to do. They don't have to control everything. They just have to flip, key spots.
None of this matters. You just accused the president of being a deep fake robot. Let's focus on that for 2 seconds.
No. If the message was a deep fake, I'm not accusing the president of being a deep fake robot. I'm accusing of other actors, possibly deep state, using deep fake to impersonate the president. That's what I'm accusing.
Fantastic.
And I'm not even saying I believe it. I'm saying there's speculation about it.
Right. You're just asking questions, and that is your right.
Hey, that speculation is worth considering.
Okay, sure. And
it's just a thought.
I want to probe that with you. Who do you think benefits most from a deep fake Donald Trump? Who would instigate this upon the American people?
Well, of course it would be the deep state that would benefit from it.
So it's the deep state.
They have a president, the president who they're ousting, who they stole the election from, who tried to keep giving people hope to the process. They institute a message of him, appearing to concede. So of course that would benefit them because people are riled up. But the thing that they don't understand is it doesn't matter if Trump concedes. The American people will not let this stand.
Where is the real Trump?
It doesn't matter.
Has the deep state, would they have killed Trump at this point? Is Trump going to wind up dead if this was deep? Well, wouldn't he come out and say
so
this?
The most likely scenario playing out, if there's a deep state action taking place and this is it, the most likely scenario is that there are two sides of government actors. There are the Trump loyalists and country loyalists, and then the deep state. And so this is what we're seeing is the surface level of intergovernmental propaganda.
But Trump's
warfare.
not in on it, right? Because if Trump's in on it, he would have just made the statement himself, right?
Well, no. He
can't.
What do
He's
you
locked
understand?
out of
The deep
everything.
state putting out their message. They don't need Trump's permission to put it out. They just do it.
Okay, but couldn't he say that wasn't me? That was
He
a
could.
fake?
And he might. But here's the thing.
Oh, man.
If this is what's taking place,
Yeah.
if this is what's taking place, then he has other priorities of, getting ducks in a row. He can address the American people at a point in time when, this insurrection by the deep state can be quelled.
Right. So you're saying, let me see if I got this right, is that if this is a fake Trump, the real Trump right now is getting everything together so he can hopefully regroup and then voice his concern about this fake Trump later.
Yeah.
Correct. Most likely
Okay.
he could
He's got to
invoke
get
the
to a safe
Insurrection Act,
space.
clear out
It was this is a
arrest
fake
all the
Trump.
traitors,
up,
and
Dick.
then he can address the American people.
The real
Yeah.
Trump always gives me a little nod when he's done with
Yeah.
his speech. This
He always
one
winks
doesn't do
directly
that.
at me, and then he sends me an
Yeah, like
email
Carol
that I can
Burnett.
buy his... Yeah.
Look, again, I'm not saying I believe that this is the case. I'm just saying there's speculation, and
Can
it's
you give
an
me
interesting
odds?
thought.
If I gave you Vegas odds on this, what odds would you
50-50.
want? Yeah. Not 50-50.
Yeah. It either happens or it doesn't, man.
Odds
I
of a
don't know,
deep state takeover with a fake Trump. Give me Vegas odds right now. 1 in 20.
Well, you see, they don't need to take over with Trump. They just need to impersonate him until they get their man in.
I
which
would
is
call
Biden
that a
Harris.
takeover. I would say once you start faking videos
Well,
of
the
the
takeover
president,
already happened with the fake election.
I think you're shying away from giving me odds. Give me odds on
You gotta
this.
give odds.
Yeah, you still owe me for Biden winning, by the way.
It's
Didn't we
not
make
over.
a $50 bet? It's not over. You owe me $50. This is
Hey,
you
man.
trying to welch. You're coming up with this fake Trump shit so you can welch on our bet.
President yet? I don't
No,
think so.
no. I know what you're doing.
True.
You're gonna
Told you
go.
it was
You're gonna go.
when
Trump
Biden
never
sworn
lost.
in.
That was a fake Trump. I don't know. You motherfucker. I
No,
know
no.
exactly what
If
you're.
Biden
God
is
damn
no.
it.
If Biden is sworn in, I will make good on that. That's
You
always
better.
been my stance.
Don't tell me it's a fucking robot Biden. I want my 50 fucking
No.
dollars.
I'm not gonna.
Good. You
They don't need to
fucking
fake
welcher.
Biden. You know,
they don't need to
he's-
fake him.
He's part of the.
He
he's
was
part of the
grown in a
game.
vat. He's loyal already. If you welch on
Yeah.
me with this fake Trump,
Well, he
fake
has dementia.
bullshit,
You
I'm
know,
gonna
he's
scream.
gonna just read whatever script they put out for him.
Yeah,
He
you're not
doesn't
gonna.
have a
I'm
thought of his
never
own.
gonna see that 50. Never.
No.
gonna see it.
You
No.
are.
All right,
You are.
all
If
right.
Let's gets sworn in.
All right. Well, let's
That's the key.
The
go.
moment that hand goes on the Bible, that $50 better be on the way.
It better.
Well, and he completes the swearing in, and it's.
All right. So
yeah,
if he gets assassinated ahead of time, I don't get the 50 either. This is
Well,
bullshit.
yeah, it's not the moment he puts his hand on the Bible. He's got to
Oh
get the
my
swearing
God.
in.
The number
Once he's
of
sworn in,
All the way back up the
qualifications.
stairs.
What could happen right after he's sworn in? You'll get that 50.
I know
But-
you're going to come on my show with some grainy VHS footage and you're going to go, look, it was a reptilian shapeshifter. It was not Biden. I cannot pay by the rules of the agreement. I'm tired. Reptilian shapeshifter already? You're right. What was I saying? Hold on. I think we just had a stream hiccup.
No, you'll get it once he's sworn in. I'm good on my promise.
All right. Grod, let's say in the unlikely event that the president actually just conceded the election, do you think that was a good move for him? Do you think that his hand was forced? Anything of that
I don't
sort?
think it's a good move for him because
Yeah.
Okay, so we've witnessed again the most fraudulent election, the biggest steal ever, and
Right,
at every
of
level
course.
of government, it has gotten away with it. January
Okay.
6th was the last chance for a constitutional process, which would be Pence contesting the election, even just not, confirming,
Refusing
the
to
contested
confirm
votes.
the yeah.
I
yeah.
can't believe he did that.
And then the Senate, yeah, I can't believe it
The
either.
state legislators didn't send they didn't send new electors. Massey said that. Massey was talking about that.
All of the representatives,
state legislatures, the governors did not let them convene legislatures to vote on whether or not to send electors. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up for Pence not to just say, fuck it. Fuck the whole thing. Fuck all you all.
You know what Pence should have done? He should have gotten a big shit-eating grin on his face and gone up there and said, I count 538 electoral votes for Trump. Fuck you guys.
He should have. I mean,
if you think that my count was, faulty and rigged, do an investigation on the whole goddamn election.
They all could have done it, but Trump's the only one who is not a shape-shifting pedophile.
So far. Here's the thing. Pence didn't do that, so now we know Pence is the last identified traitor.
All right. I'm done with this. For the love of God, my show's turning into InfoWars. Look! All right, go find evidence that the Trump's a fucking robot. Whatever you want to find, I'm getting my 50, you cocksucker. All right, I'm getting that 50 out of you. That's the only reason
that's what happens. Yeah. That's what happens when they ban you from social media. They ban all your shit, and then you come back and think, you know what? That's a deep fake. That's a fake Trump.
That's a deep fake Trump right there.
That's the only thing that explains it. They're doing this to people.
Let's bring. Let's see. Does Reich want to come on? Reich is a good fan of the show. Dick, do you buy? What are your odds on a deep fake Trump? What do you think? 50-50? Toss up, yeah, that sounds reasonable. His lip was quivering in a way that I just don't buy it. Ryzik, are you there, my friend? Hello, and welcome to the show. See, this is why I need a green room, so everybody knows I'm trying to get in touch with them. Hey, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey, hi.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Yo, hey, man. Yo, it's a long E and hard C. It's Ryzik.
Ryzik. Yeah, I guess Reich would be a little controversial there.
Right?
Well, Ryzik. Did I get it right? Ryzik?
Yeah, I get no shortage of, your name is Reich, right? You're a Nazi on Twitter, so,
Well, Ryzik has been a longtime follower of mine. I'm always excited to see him around. You've been enjoying the shows, it sounds like.
It's a great show, honestly. Like, you had a lot of good perspectives, like a lot of interesting stuff. Like, it's a good show. I like it a lot.
I just need to find. My problem is I'm too lazy to find guests, and sometimes I just want to play Minecraft and have somebody else talk.
Hell yeah.
So I need to always have like a second person here. Dick, you're basically just here so I can search for diamonds and kill people in Call of Duty. Yeah. And also, of course, promote yourself. Let's be clear, if you don't listen to thedickshow.com, you are missing out on one of the internet's finest podcasts, and I highly recommend.
Thank you.
Check out either thedickshow.com or patreon.com/thedickshow to get the full unfiltered experience.
Yeah, start with Vito episodes.
Vito episodes are always good, and then everyone sends me messages afterwards about how I'm ruining the show.
Don't worry, they send me those messages today.
Yeah.
You're talking about politics too much. You're ruining the show. Motherfucker, this show is becoming Alex Jones. I don't know if you did not notice that or what, but it's becoming fucking Alex. That is my goal. That is my explicit intent to become Alex Jones.
Everybody on the internet
in person. He's big and red. He does not have long for this fucking world.
You're the heir to the InfoWars empire, I think. I think you're taking over.
Somebody has to.
Believe it. I believe it.
What was I thinking? Yeah, everybody on the internet's always got an opinion about what I'm doing or what Dick's doing. I get so many people who go, your channel is dying. And I go, I literally put up like a stupid me sitting around looking like a fat, dumpy piece of shit talking about Wonder Woman, and I got 100,000 views. How is it dying? And they go, well, it's only at 98,000 views. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Never mind. My channel's dead. Fuck me. These people are driving me insane. Anyway, Ryzik, enough about myself. What's on your mind, buddy?
Like for me, the whole thing was like, listen, I had I have yesterday and today off, and I spent yesterday like watching everything I could, seeing what's going on, seeing what's up, and like it was funny to me to see the whole thing be like, oh, such violence, oh my god, such violence, and it's like, obviously a woman got killed, and that's crazy,
But she got killed by the cops. She didn't get killed by the protesters. Yeah.
Exactly. And then you see the news, and you see the same thing as I have, which is like, 4 dead, 1 including the one we saw with the cop who killed the woman. And it's like, so what were the other 3? And as far as I can tell, and I haven't looked too deep, but it's like, what else happened that made 3 people die? I haven't seen it happen. I haven't seen anything happen about that.
I think one of them was like a fat guy who choked on some tear gas or something. One of the guys was like a big, chubby guy.
You're saying it's like a heart attack?
Yeah, I think a guy just had like a heart... Again, they said 3 medical emergencies. They didn't say gunshot victims or anything.
Yeah, you're right. I did read that.
Yeah, I think it was like just old people who got winded from all the excitement and passed out or something.
So there was one actual death from malice and mayhem, and that was shot by a cop. That's great. Shot by a fucking cop trying to crawl over a ledge.
So here's the thing, I just want to say, like, so the thing that everybody forgot after, like, whenever it happened, like around noon or something yesterday, like, there was a fucking pipe bomb in the Republican building, right?
Right.
And like, oh man, there's a package. Mysterious package. We don't know what's going to happen about it in the Democrat building. What happened? Right now, that's been memory hold within a day. Right?
Yeah, so you're right.
I don't want to be all fucking Alex Jones conspiracy theorist, but it's like, to me, oh man, crazy stuff's happening. Oh, I don't know. Oh, such violence. A bomb gets planted. That's a big deal.
Right.
That's a really big deal.
And that bomb you're saying was planted in a Republican building?
That's what I saw on the mainstream news stories,
yeah,
right? Like on CNN, whatever. It was like, oh, okay, definitely confirmed. Republican RNC building has a bomb, and I don't know what is there an RNC building? I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they're probably split into wings or something inside the Capitol. I don't know exactly.
Right, and then it was a mysterious package found at the Democrat wing, the DNC wing, and it was like, oh man, shit's going down. What's happening, right?
Hold on, real quick. I just want to put out the chat saying that 1 bomb was found with the RNC and one bomb was found with the DNC. So
wow, that's a wash then.
I mean,
that's a wash. Don't call it. It's a horrible terroristic opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I gave it a cursory look. As far as I could tell, there was no DNC bomb confirmed.
Yeah.
But there could be. I don't know. I don't know. But to me, it's like. But I mean, when I say confirmed, I mean it's like, they say, hey, we found a bomb. We got it. It's taken care of. It's done. It's like, okay, so show us something about it. Nothing? Okay. All right. Well, I guess that happened. I'm going to trust you. Anyways, what's going on? Oh, man, a Viking is fucking in the, Senate seat. Oh, no. Holy shit. Oh, that's crazy. And it's like, sure, I guess.
So maybe we're focused on the wrong thing right now? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, do you think the FBI spent enough time on Bubba Wallace's garage pole that was tied in a knot and that doesn't at all resemble a noose, yet they can't tell us what the
I don't know. I don't stand for this racism, Dick. Come on.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
I saw all of NASCAR march with that brave black gentleman, and God bless their hearts. No, that was, I don't know what's going on exactly. It is true. I don't know why the bombs have got memory hold. I probably care more about those than I care about Baked Alaska.
Right, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Like, that, to me, that's crazy. It's like, you put a bomb in a, government building. Is that not the biggest news of the day? No, it's not. No. Listen, hey, man, that dude stole a podium. And that, woman got shot. Fair enough. Straight up. But, it's like, bombs being planted, is that not the news of the day? And it's like it went away after an hour.
You know what? This
crazy.
Is the best thing that could ever happen in Baked Alaska, because going to prison is going to do so much for his rap game and his career.
He's going to blow up.
He wants to be a rapper and a music artist. There's nothing that can suit his style better than going to prison. He's not going to go for 10 years, obviously. He'll probably go for a year.
I think he's getting
maybe 18
2
months.
years. 2 years.
2 years. Well, how much will he serve then? Maybe 6.
He broke into the Capitol, and he has other pending charges for everything else, for assaulting a bouncer.
Just look at him. He's a nice-looking boy. No old woman on earth would send that nice-looking boy, that rapeable face, to prison for 2 years. He's going to come out. He can do his I forgive the police raps. He's going to be a superstar, man. I want to manage him.
# back the blue, right? Like, that's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Dick, wait until he's at the bottom of his rope right before he goes away. Then I think you could sign a very favorable contract. And you go, listen, man. Once you get out, you're gonna make a whole You're gonna make a whole nickel on every album we sell. And we go, oh, gee, golly, gosh. Anyway, Ryzik, thanks for coming by. I'm gonna take some more calls, but I always appreciate seeing you.
You want to
buddy.
bet on Baked Alaska? Do you really think he's gonna go to prison?
On
double
any amount of prison, any amount of jail time?
Yeah.
I'd bet on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bet on? You want to double? I think that guy's $50.
I'd
you want to parlay that $50?
I'll parlay the. Well, what's the? So I'm betting the 50.
Yeah,
I'll put $50.
I don't know.
$50 that Baked Alaska sees at least 6 months of jail time. How's that?
I'll give you, man. I will give you 1 day. If Baked Alaska spends 1 day of a conviction in prison, you win.
I win the 50. All right, I'm in. I'll do it. Let's do it.
We do not live in a world where things that funny happen.
Somebody earlier was saying like that they thought that Trump was gonna like pardon Baked Alaska. I want to.
Yeah, not happening.
I want to see Trump be like, listen, I pardon Mr. Baked Alaska. I would love to see that, right? Like that's funny as shit.
Did you see that he didn't even get his nickname on? All those other clowns.
Yeah, all their nickname, and he doesn't even get it.
Except for Baked Alaska, who's the only famous nickname.
Oh, his fucking PR is terrible. His SEO is going down the tubes. Exactly. All right, Ryzik. Thanks for coming by, buddy. All right.
Dude, if he gets a pardon out of it, I would kill my mother.
He's not getting a pardon. That was Fuentes tweeted out, Trump needs to pardon everybody who's in the Capitol. I'm like, Trump has more shit on his mind than pardoning fucking Baked Alaska right now. Trump does not give a shit about any of you clowns. It would be hilarious. If I could get Trump to say Baked Alaska, I would be the happiest man alive.
He's got to declassify the UFOs though, and the aliens.
He's got to do something on the way out. I hope.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for. Is now that he's cornered, fuck it. What do you care?
He's got to throw up Trump TV and spend the next 2 weeks declassifying shit and just put Trump.tv all over it. Subscribe for $9.99 a month. Today,
dude. Honestly, if they said Trump TV first newscast is just 3 hours of Trump talking about the time he met the aliens, yeah, you got a fucking lifetime subscription from me for that one. Goes, I met Xenu. He's all right. He's not so bad. I'd be like, oh yes,
the best Earthling.
This is all I want in my life. Real quick, let me read these messages here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Southland Tales from Rollin. Dick, I've told you about the movie Southland Tales, I think. I don't know. It's one of my favorite movies. A Blu-ray edition, a recut, is coming out. It's going to have all the stuff you get to hear. What's that guy? Sean Willem Scott says the N-word to The Rock. It's fantastic. So very much looking forward to that. Rantsu says the courts are like Yoda in Empire. I'm not going to do a Yoda impression, but okay. All right, I'll try. Too late, yes. Too late to recount the votes. Terrible, terrible. In Canada, it's 100% paper ballot, says Super Ostrich. I'm often disappointed with results, but the system is auditable. I mean, how many more voters does America have than Canada? What, like 20 times? 50 times? I don't know the population of Canada.
Do they have 20 million?
I don't know. I just know... I can't imagine hand counting all those American paper ballots would be fun, but maybe it's the only way to do it. Rantsu says, feel bad about the election. Never forget I sit on the stand and it gets hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. Joe Biden, look, we needed to elect Joe Biden because no one else can stop Corn Pop if Corn Pop returns. Okay? Biden's the only one who knows how to deal with Corn Pop. That's why we brought him in. And ad infinitum has done the old thing of sliding me a $5 to cut the line, which I can't say is always recommended, but has slid me the $5. So here is ad infinitum. Ad, how you doing? You're in D.C., I hear.
Yes, I am.
What part? So you're in... now, do you live in D.C. or are you visiting?
I live around the area, yeah.
Okay. And what is your perspective on what's been going on?
Well, the area I live in is very liberal, and I am one of said liberals. So my
DC is mostly liberal, right? DC always elects liberal politicians.
They went Biden for like 80%, I think.
Right.
But if you had told me 4 years ago, and this is probably going to be a little inflammatory, but I got the evidence to back it up, that domestic terrorists would storm the Capitol building, I would have told you you watched too much Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah. Domestic terrorist is an inflammatory charge. I'm sure many would disagree with you.
And the
Perhaps
reason why
myself
I say domestic terror
included, but go ahead.
I would say this if it was Black Lives Matter. I would say if it was Antifa.
You would say anyone who storms the Capitol, that's a form of terrorism almost.
Yes.
You would say anyone that storms the Capitol with no weapons and is driven away by boredom is a terrorist?
Here's the reason why.
Driven away by boredom.
I'm going home to eat.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Terrorism is defined as the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. They broke through barricades. They intimidated police officers. They were breaking property and intimidating the political officials. So use of violence and intimidation against civilians, senators, representatives, they're civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. They wanted to stop Biden from being appointed.
Yeah.
So regardless of your perspective on it, it's by definition terrorism. And so
Can you say literally for me when you do that? I just need to hear you say the way you say it.
Can you say it is literally terrorism?
It's literally terrorism.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
But it's just I'm emotionally exhausted after yesterday.
Really?
That hurt to watch. Yeah, it just because people say, oh, well, they didn't do much. It's the fact that they stormed the Capitol building. I don't care whether you like Trump or you hate him, whether you think Biden is going to ruin the country or not.
Yeah.
I supported Hillary Clinton in 2016, and I was very disappointed when she lost. I was not one of those guys who went out sitting in the street thinking it would change something, because I knew it wouldn't. I know how it hurts to think that someone who is going to ruin the country gets put into the position of power that they are. This is unacceptable.
The empathizing that you're doing is making me want to storm the Capitol again. I don't know if you're doing that.
Yeah, Dick is not on board with you right now.
Being fucking condescended to by an intellectual is like one of my hot buttons.
No.
I would not call me an intellectual, my guy.
This is a man on the. All of my listeners are true Americans at heart, Dick.
Yeah.
No condescension, not a bone of condescension in their body. Yeah.
It's just.
This was an attack on America. I mean, this is basically the equivalent of a new Pearl Harbor, as I believe one congressman put it.
Why do you give a shit about the Capitol getting stormed? Why?
Because it's just fundamentally, in my view, un-American. It is. Because they didn't, this isn't some massive overreach of tyranny. They didn't abolish elections. They didn't say, oh, screw you, this person's getting a third term. They didn't rescind the First Amendment. All they were doing was taking the information that they had been provided, whether you think the election was rigged or not. They were going off of the votes they had, and they were going to discuss it in a civil manner. The objections were raised, whether you agree with them or not. They were going to be discussing those objections. And instead of doing it the civil way like they had peaceful protests. They had, I don't know the exact number, like 60 court challenges. They had all of those.
Real quick, you're in D.C., right? Because Paulio just said this person is everything wrong with Canadians. Luckily, I think he has you.
That's also true.
I think he has you mistaken with our earlier donator. This man is in D.C. This is an American speaking to you right now.
Ad infinitum. What do you call nationwide lockdown, illegal, unconstitutional lockdowns of the whole country? And what do you call them if not a violation of the First Amendment? You said they didn't violate the First Amendment, so what do you call that?
I don't think that's unconstitutional. Because
the Supreme Court says it was. They said New York's was. They haven't heard the rest of the states, but the Wisconsin.
Yeah, well then, if they said New York's is, that's their interpretation of it. I don't agree with it, but if that's their
you don't agree with the Supreme Court. You don't agree with okay. What's constitutional then?
I can disagree with somebody and still respect the rule of law.
But you can't say it's not constitutional. If the Supreme Court says it's unconstitutional, you kind of have to literally adopt their definition of it.
If they said New York's lockdown was unconstitutional, then by law it was unconstitutional. They didn't say that DC's lockdown was unconstitutional. They didn't say Maryland's lockdown was unconstitutional. They didn't say California's was unconstitutional. They said New York's. Now, if they say that DC's lockdown was unconstitutional, again, I don't agree with it, but that's the rule of law, and I'm going to follow it. I'm going to say yeah. Well, have they said the whole country? Did they say the whole country?
No, they said New York's. But what do you think about the people who say, yeah, you've been violating our First Amendment for 9 months? So what's up?
I feel like I would much rather have a lockdown for 3 months that everyone follows and get rid of this like New Zealand did, or like how Korea's managed to keep their levels down, or how Japan's managed to keep their levels down. I'd rather have that so we can get the economy back on track than have 300,000 people die. And that's the thing. I am of the perspective that lives are more important than someone's job. I know that's going to be disagreed
I can't believe
with.
you're a real person. I really can't believe all the things that you're saying, that this is coming from a real person.
I think he's being perfectly reasonable.
You can say,
difference of opinion.
You can say with a straight face that you care more about people's lives than jobs. Like you take that moral high ground as though jobs is not inextricably tied to suicide, deaths, homelessness, medical deaths. Like you can sit there and say that you have some kind of moral superiority because you say the phrase,
I
value life more than jobs.
I never claimed moral superiority. All I did was offer my opinion. I've been respectful to you. I've been hearing what you've said. So please don't try and say that I'm trying to have some moral superiority. I'm offering my opinion. I didn't tell you were wrong.
What was your point then about you value life more than jobs? Are you saying that I don't, that people don't? What's the point of saying that?
What I was saying was, I would rather have a lower death count due to people following lockdown and following mask regulations than if we extend this lockdown for 9 months, keep on rescinding it, and then having to add back onto it because we were too, what's the word? Easy-handed, soft-handed, not iron fist. The opposite of an iron fist with it.
Yeah.
That's not how the First Amendment works, though. First Amendment is the government has no right to stop you. We got to take you to court.
No, that's not what the First Amendment is.
Yep, right to peaceably assemble, and if not, if we take that from you, we got to take you to court. That's what it says.
Okay, and then what's the emergency powers of the government? Hold on, I am not a history buff. Let me check this real quick.
See, this is why Dick. This is why I like having.
I didn't come on here.
I just want to tell Dick I love that you're on because I'm over here scoring triple kills and I don't know anything what's going on. So
you have to take people to court. You can't just lock them up. You can't lock them up if they're
okay.
Well, yeah.
I mean, either way, you have your perspective. I have mine. I wasn't trying to discuss, lockdowns and all that. All I was trying to say is there are peaceful ways to do this. There are legal ways to do this. Storming the Capitol and intimidating senators because the person you didn't like got elected it's not the American way.
It's not the American way. Not the American way, Dick. What do we think of the Kavanaugh protest storming into the buildings?
Black Lives Matter protest where they got dispersed by armed guards because they were walking in Black Lives Matter Square. Portland.
I was in the Black Lives Matter protest. Actually, I had a great time. I thought they were fantastic. But what did you think of the Kavanaugh protest when they did the same thing? When they stormed the Capitol?
They stormed the Capitol?
Yes, they stormed the Capitol building. They confronted senators in elevators.
This is the first time that they have violently seized the Capitol. Now, if someone got in and got confrontational with a senator, that's wrong. They're being a dick. But they didn't send thousands of people to the Capitol to take it over.
Yes, they did. The Women's March sent thousands of women in there to confront senators about Kavanaugh.
Again, I'm going to say the difference I identify there, as I said, is that you didn't have the police presence outside that they had to make their way past, It's like they kind of just went in the door. So it's a little different in my book.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what? Honestly, look, this is getting boring.
Yeah.
Ad infinitum, I hear what you're saying. You don't like what's happening. And Dick, you think what? Go ahead. Give me a final thought, ad infinitum. This is a disgrace what has happened is what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's a stain on America.
I have family members that supported Trump. I don't agree with them. I still love them. And they've said themselves that this is disgraceful. Yeah. I mean, my family has a long history of military service. My dad fought for 10 years, 7 of it in the Special Forces. He got deployed to the Balkans. He got deployed to Africa.
Yeah.
He fought against the sort of thing that he views this as sedition. He is ashamed of this. My uncle, he fought alongside my dad. He is ashamed of this because in their eyes, they fought for the right for people to peacefully express their opinion. And regardless if someone else has done this, regardless of that doesn't mean it's okay for you to do it.
Yeah.
Especially in this manner.
Well, I fought in Iraq, and I have to say that as a veteran...
my dad has 2 tours.
Shut up.
Well, thank you for your service, and I thank him for his
Thank
service.
you. And I will say that I respect your right to speak your mind as a Desert Storm veteran. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's the thing, is that even people on, who are Trump supporters still think that this was a bridge too far. And I think that's an important thing to say. Obviously, Dick, you disagree in the strongest of terms.
I mean, the way you phrase it, a violent takeover, like these are morons walking around looking for selfies to take. And then you've got the Capitol, you've got people working in the halls of government cowering in fear because they know how they've been raping us for their entire lives and that they're never going to stop. This is, since we seem to be forgetting, this is what, a week after they spent $1.5 trillion on Atlantean gender studies.
Stop it with the gender studies claim.
It is when the IRS shows up at your kid's house to collect the tax money that is due to pay off those bonds that were made to print that money to give away. They're not going to ask nicely. They're going to put a gun to your kid's head and said, "Hey, can I get that $600 now that we sent to Pakistan 10 years ago? If not, don't worry about it. We'll just take your fucking house." So I don't ever see a government existing on anything other than violence. The idea that violence can be perpetrated against them, I think, is hysterical.
All right, I'm going to let Dick have the final word on that one. I think we've driven this thing to the ground. Ad, thanks for coming by. I know that I love and respect you, even though Dick wants to grind your bones into fodder for the revolution. All right? Thanks for coming by, buddy.
You're great. You're great.
God
You're
bless
very well
you, sir.
Thank you.
From a veteran to one of the citizens that I gave my duty to protect, thank you for coming by. We never talk about my time in Desert Storm, Dick. We really never do.
We should.
You were in Desert Shield, right? And then I showed up afterwards. I had to mop up after your guys' mess.
I was on the Iraq side.
Well, we got it's 6:30 right now. Now I have made a promise to the great Rem Dickman. Do you know Rem Dickman, Dick?
I do. Yeah, I've been on his podcast before.
So I
you want to get out of here? You want him to take over?
Well, no. I'm gonna go on his show in half an hour, so I'm gonna wrap this up in about half an hour. Okay. Probably maybe a little early. So I'm just letting people know we maybe got time for maybe 2 or 3 more callers. We'll try to rapid fire it. But Dick, if you need to get out here, you can always dip out at any time, man. I hear you.
No, I just got a drink, so I'm here for about 20 more minutes.
Yeah, that's about how much longer we'll be going for. Let me read these messages here.
You know what's fantastic, I gotta say, about your show?
What?
Is you can actually argue with people. On my show, it's just what's the faker Trump? The robot Trump or the one that's walking around? Like, what's the bigger conspiracy? Like, oh God, come on. Well, what's the most not, how many, I can't even make these fucking jokes on YouTube. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Well,
that's to argue with people again.
Right.
Like,
well, because
like
I'm a middle of the road centrist cuck, so I'm able to entertain people from both sides. Whereas maybe on other shows, all you hear from are the Trump robot people or the stupid social justice morons. We have a good mix, I think.
I think you are very liberal. I don't think you're a centrist because I
don't think I'm a centrist either. No,
you're very liberal. You're just not a liar. Like you're a very liberal, except you're except you're genuine. And I think I'm on the right, but I'm also a huge liar. But I don't like to get caught. So
the thing for me is people think that because I'm a loudmouth asshole who doesn't want every transgender person to get a participation trophy or whatever the fuck, that I must obviously be some hardcore conservative nightmare. And my thing has always been, I'm like, look, man, you can be on the left and you don't have to buy into the whole identity politics thing. I don't think that's a crucial part of the system. You just have to be a big pussy who wants to give everybody's money to everybody else. And That's really the only rule, right?
Because, see, I'm on the right, and I think, you know what? I say, well, I just like everything to be fair. I want a free market. But really, in my mind, I'm thinking if there were no laws, I would just take people's children and ransom them to them.
Absolutely.
This is that's what the free market is. Like, I can tell you that with a other people are like, oh, no, free market, it's innovation. It's like, no, it's just an excuse to rape and kill stupid people. What are you talking? Why are you lying to the? Oh, I see. Okay, I got it. Lying. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, geez. Oh, this is why my Boeing stock dropped. You have Boeing stock too, right?
Fuck yeah, man.
Boeing
for Biden? Are you kidding? Hell yes. Boeing is war.
Yeah,
Space Force.
Yeah,
hell yes.
I think the stock's probably going to be fine, but they did agree to settle for $2.5 billion on a criminal conspiracy charge. So that's why I lost a little bit of money after hours, but I don't think that's a big deal.
I've had Boeing since
since back when it was cheap. So you're probably doing better than I am. Luckily, I'm not too deep on them. Thanks for bringing that up. Somebody in the chat wanted us to talk about that, but I don't know. What are we going to say about airplanes? I love them.
Do you talk about stocks on this show? I got into jets a little bit during the pandemic, but I sold it. I sold damn near everything because I think there's going to be
you think there's going to be another crash coming?
Crisis. Yeah, and I think they're gonna let it happen early and then blame Trump. And the only reason I'm so committed to it is because I know how much they fucking hate Trump and how much fun it will be for everybody to rip on him, to blame him for a shitty economy for like 3 months.
I don't know if they'd be willing to risk that though, because people are stupid. I mean, right now everybody's saying, because the market's up today, everybody's happy Biden's getting in. I'm happy. I'm like, oh, thank God, Biden. I think if it went down, they'd say it's something Biden did. So, but I do agree that right now the market is very unstable, and if you're gonna get in, kind of tiptoe your way in. Don't go balls nuts right now. As much fun as it is.
People can't cover their rents. Like there's 30% of people who are like not sure if they can cover their rent, and then even if they can't, even if they get stimulus to do it, they're just going to pay it into debts that are already owed.
That's why I'm saying don't buy anything. Buy something has like some weight behind it. Like, I'm not buying movie theater stocks. Everybody's like, oh, the movie theaters are coming back. I'm like, no, they're not.
They're not making any movies.
No.
What do you mean the movie theaters are Women are terrified of coronavirus. You're never going to get them out of the house to go see a fucking movie.
If you're buying chain restaurants, if you're buying movie theaters, like, you've lost your mind. Even airplanes, I mean, I think eventually aviation's going to come back, so I think that's solid, but again, just don't be an idiot and think about no matter what is going to be around. If you're buying AMC stock, I don't care. Ooh, it popped yesterday. You're a fucking idiot. The movie theaters are all going away.
Do people really say that? That's what you get for talking about stocks online.
Yeah.
Tips.
Well, then then everybody yells at you. Buy Aqua Metals. Aqua Metals has come up with a way to make batteries in a way that is less pollution than any other way.
You fucking
all the batteries are going to go into the electric cars. Right now they're at $4 a share. They used to be at $18, and I think they're going to come back up. They've already doubled this month. So look at Aqua Metals. That might be the future for how to make lead batteries. Okay, enough stock tips.
You sound like my dad.
I'm an idiot.
That's how he invests.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
My dad was a stockbroker.
Yeah, and he had some ideas.
Oh my! Well, he talks about stuff like here's this company. It's called it's called Feisty Zipper.
Flute Zone.
What they do is they make the flobs. They make the flobs on the inside of artificial heart valve. Like, oh my God! How the fuck did you know this?
Yeah, right.
Sure enough, 10 years later, it's like, oh well, you just
rich.
went up 10,000%. Good for you.
I should have bought Roku when I was talking about it, but I got whatever. Anyway, let me read these messages here. We had Sly Raptors wanted me to give money to a caller, which will never happen on this show. So eat a dick. I don't know if he meant you or whoever was calling in, but all dollars go to me. Sorry, buddy. If you're donating money to other people on my show, just throw it out the window. It's useless. Let's see. We heard that
Vito.
Yeah.
You got to say absolutely. I will get him the money.
Yeah, I'll make sure to get it to him. Make sure to keep donating to someone other than me. Please keep it up. More will die.
He said he really appreciates it. Send it in. Keep sending it.
Yeah, he said he's got a sick kid. Send a couple hundred. Iliad for $5 says more will die from delayed cancer diagnosis and treatment than from COVID. 500,000 died from it in 2008. Delayed cancer die. You know what? I actually agree with that, and I don't know why we don't have more early cancer screening. You should be able to send a fucking...
Because of fucking Obamacare, that's why.
Yeah. You should be able to mail a vial of your spit to any, to an address and have them come back with a list of answers you do and don't have. Jordy Calveras said for $10. Oh, hold
Vanished.
on. Did I lose? I keep getting this thing where it says restream's not connecting, but I don't know if I'm losing.
There you go. You're back.
I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah, I keep getting these hiccups. I got to call my internet service. I don't know what that's about. Jordy Calveras with a $9.99 super chat says, didn't Jefferson say the tree of liberty should be often watered with the blood of tyrants and predators alike? No, and patriots alike. Revolution is in America's DNA. Absolutely. And I won't even disagree with that. The question is, when is the time for revolution? And will the revolution be led by Baked Alaska? I would say the answer is no.
Yes!
No!
Yes! The answer is yes! Vito! I'm not going to lead it.
Yeah,
Who's going to lead it?
All
An
right.
idiot. The founding fathers were signing the Declaration of Independence in a building, wearing nice clothes that were not dirty. Morons were out on the street getting drunk and getting killed and getting their legs sawn off. Baked Alaska will lead this revolution.
I am very happy for Baked Alaska. If you want to be the warm body that absorbs all the bullets to end tyranny, God bless you. Get some good selfies while you're out there. Jordy also mentions, I am against violence. Of course you are. We all are here. Rantsu, this guy sacrificed for his dad's sacrifice. And Aaron says, oh, hold on, I missed that. Mostly peaceful. Violence is the language of the unheard. Just kidding. Thanks for the stream. It's hilarious. And Ad Infinitum with $5 says, nice talking to you again, Vito. Masterson 2. LOL. Hope you both stay safe. Such nice messages tonight.
I like that guy.
Yeah. Hey, he stood his ground, and that's all that matters in this life. I'm going to give Office Boy one more chance because he's one of my favorites. Office Boy, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, you are, Office Boy. How are you?
Finally. I got it working.
Has anything,
tell me part of the stream. Here we go.
I'm sorry to get you on so late. We're probably going to do some rapid fire, so why don't I give you like 2 or 3 minutes? What are you thinking?
Well, I guess now that we're back on track,
are you happy Trump resigned, basically? Is going to step down officially?
Yeah, unless it's a deep fake.
What do you deep fake?
Yeah, it might be a deep fake.
It's a deep fake. He always gives me a nod. He always gives me a little nod at the end.
That nod is for me, sir. He's nodding at me.
I thought about pulling a Grodd and starting this with a corny joke, but we don't have much time.
God bless you for anytime you think about pulling a Grodd, please stop yourself. Never pull a Grodd. That is the only advice we have on this show.
All right.
Well, Office Boy, I hope you're excited about the prospect of our nation healing. What do you call it?
I'm going to war with Syria. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, you're going to fight in Syria. We're going to
obviously.
You're going to get
so
drafted.
Excited about us going to war to Syria.
Yeah, you're going to be on the ground. I don't got to do nothing. They're going to draft you first, buddy. So watch what you say. Don't get too excited. Start learning how to build how to keep drones in the air, so they put you in the division in the nice air conditioned tent. All right.
All right.
That's my advice. Either that or learn how to cook real good. Tell them I want to be an army chef. That's what I did when I was in Desert Shield.
You were in Desert Shield?
Yeah. I killed a couple guys.
With what? You're cooking?
Well, let's not talk about the chicken parmesan disaster of November 27th, 1991. It didn't go down very well.
These millennials don't know that I'm ripping off a Seinfeld joke. It's the greatest. It's the greatest crime.
They also don't know I'm ripping off a Howard Stern bit from like 20 years ago. All right, Office Boy, I'm gonna rip through some people, but I did want to say hi. Thank you for coming by.
Hopefully I can get on earlier.
I think now you know how to get your mic going. We'll get it figured out. All right, that was Office Boy. Good kid, got a good head on his shoulders. Can't wait to feed him to the grinder to take care of those Syrians. Let's talk about Deadly Waffle. Waffle, are you there, buddy? DW. Hey, how's it going? What is this map? I'm playing that new Call of Duty Cold War. I guess I can get a boat. This is insane. This reminds me of my time.
Forgetting that you're playing a video game.
Yeah, how stupid is this format? It's a terrible format.
Oh, it's great.
I love that we're talking about like armed insurrection of the government, and I'm just like finding Minecraft diamonds. It's moronic. I love it. Anyway, Waffle, what's on your mind? Give me 2 minutes. I want to hear from you.
I just wanted to talk about some hypothetical ways to cheat in an election, because
absolutely
you're only allowed to talk in hypotheticals because every big tech giant.
Yes. How to cheat in an election in Minecraft is what we are currently discussing. In Minecraft.
Yeah, so there's a couple discussions about like how to check into a ballot place. You do have to know the address and name of a person, which is not classified information.
Right.
Every state has like public voter registration information. And a lot of places leave people on their books for like 20 years. So,
and you can also grab a phone book theoretically and just try some names, right?
Yeah. And really the ways of detecting fraud are just like would not fly in any computer science or development industry at all. Like, they just check the amount of people that checked in, and they add up, Trump votes and Biden votes, and they say, oh, this number's pretty much accurate. But they don't really check and see if anyone has been flipped or not. And Dick's talking about numbers being stored as doubles or floats. And I think it was Matt Brainerd some statistician basically did an analysis and said that there's this anomaly with Hart and Dominion machines, and they skew fairly heavily towards Biden. Even in the weird part is like the deeper red districts skewed harder. So if anything, it's very indicative of the possibility to flip votes. So
you're saying deep red district, red districts that should have been heavily Republican ended up going to Biden.
Yeah, they actually skewed harder Biden than deep blue districts.
Interesting.
Which makes no sense because Trump had the highest approval of. He had like 96% approval.
Yeah.
And it's completely absurd because and you see these like those meme graphs where Biden just gets like 100 to 0 votes, like 30,000 votes, 100% Biden. I did some digging around like even like deep West Virginia, and even there it's only like 70% Trump, 30% Biden. So it's really, really sketchy to see some of these counties like 98% Biden.
Well, there is a lot. I mean, a lot of what's being said. I mean, I understand that there is potential for fraud. You know what? I'm just so enjoying this Call of Duty video game. I swear to God. Go ahead. I have nothing.
The last piece I'll say is Scott Adams has a great point on this. Like,
good old Scott Adams.
Man, Dilbert, man. You guys have a problem with Dilbert? You think you're funnier than Dilbert, Vito?
Do I think I'm funnier? All right, to be fair, as a kid, I owned a shit ton of Dilbert books.
Write me in a fucking Office comic joke right now to show you're better than Dilbert.
Did you get me those reports, Cindy? He goes, I'm an engineer. I don't have time. Okay, go ahead. Whatever.
Yeah,
that was a good one. That was a good. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good joke.
Someone go Photoshop that into a Dilbert comic right now, because that was classic. It's just Dilbert. He goes, engineering. All right, make your point, Waffle. I'm being an idiot.
The last piece I'll say, so basically all these court cases that everybody's like, oh, nothing got challenged in court. They all got dismissed. They get dismissed for really like crappy reasons. The biggest one
jurisdiction.
One of the big ones is, there's not enough fraud here to change the result in the one case.
Yeah.
All that means is you have to cheat 10 different times and get caught on 6 out of 10 of them. So it basically gives people free reign to cheat if you just cheat a little bit and do it a lot of times.
Well, there's always going to be some amount of voter fraud, right? Unless maybe we go to what is the solution? Do we go to voter ID, right? I mean, what else can you do?
Blockchain, man. The solution is blockchain.
Yeah.
You get you show up, you have your ID, it's tied to some kind of a you have your public and your private keys on your card. It's in your driver's license. We have a state ID in California.
Yeah.
If we don't have the most secure thing we can do is have a blockchain voting, but we will never fucking get there. We will get strained out by the great filter before we get to that point.
Anyway, Waffle, not to cut you short, but I feel like this has all been covered around. Yeah, there are some questions, and unfortunately, I don't think we're going to solve voter fraud here today. Yes, there's opportunities for it, and honestly, I would like to see if down the line as Biden is president, I mean, it's not going to stop anybody from, if they want to pursue this independently and find more evidence and show us where the holes in the system are. If it comes out down the line that there really was widespread fraud and we can prove it somehow, I would like to see something done about that. I don't know. I mean,
what would you like to see about that exactly?
Well, maybe Biden has to wear a funny hat that says "I'm not really the president" every time he writes a law into.
Yeah. What is it gonna be?
He's gonna wear a little clown hat that says "second place" every time he writes. When he signs the declaration to go to war with Syria, he's gonna have to wear the hat. All right. Whatever. We're fucked. It doesn't matter. Waffle, thanks for coming by, buddy. Oh, my God. That was deadly Waffle, everybody. Let's talk to X.
He's gotta wear a
He's gotta wear the hat. El Machina, how are you, buddy? We're ripping through here. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Come on. Somebody's telling me that Joe Mama is messaging everybody, claiming he's the devil. Joe Mama, are you there? Joe? Hello. How are you?
Doing great.
Oh, he's doing. Oh, it's the devil, and definitely not a guy doing a terrible bit. Joe Mama, what is happening? The devil, the devil. What insight do you have for today?
A message from the devil.
You have a message from the devil. Okay, what is the message? Yes.
You're gonna die January 20th.
I'm going to die January 20th. That's very soon.
Yes.
Okay. How will I die?
How will I die?
Yeah. Did I commit a?
It's gonna be a slow death.
It's gonna be a slow death. Okay, so I know it won't be quick. Did I do something wrong?
I feel like I've been having a slow death on this call.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
I'm thinking everyone.
All right. Someone tell the devil to please. Okay. Someone tell the devil that he needs to buy a better voice-changing microphone because that was retarded. Thank you for coming by, the literal devil. Fantastic. Anyone in here that I feel I need to talk to? I feel bad. Again, I'm sorry I can't always get to everybody. You know what? I missed Jeb last time. Wait, was it Jeb I missed? Jeb! Where were you on the election? We wanted to vote for Jeb.
Hey, boys.
Hey, what's going on?
Not too much. I think what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, voter ID.
Yeah.
If you can't get a state ID, you can't vote.
Can't get a state ID, you can't vote. Jeb, I think you might have a point there. I'm going to cut you short because, yeah, we know. I love you, Jeb. We'll have you on next time for more time. Real quick, let's get Grand Admiral in there. Grand Admiral, you get 1 minute. How you doing? I see your thing popping, but I don't hear you.
Oh, what's up?
Hey, I hear you. What's going on, Grand Admiral?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Vito, you suck in Minecraft. Please fucking use field more. You're terrible at it.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, why? What's he doing?
Hold on. All right, I'll bring it back. Why do I suck at Minecraft?
What's wrong with his Minecraft playing?
Yeah.
No, he just doesn't use a shield ever. He sucks.
Oh, I forget to use the shield.
Ever? That's such a fucking amateur move.
Oh, shut the fuck up. It's the stupidest game. I don't even like it. I just built that castle.
You don't even use the shield.
Whatever.
That's such an amateur move. That sucks.
If I was an autistic 10-year-old, I'd be better at Minecraft. Mr. Xbox, you there?
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Xbox. You got 30 seconds. What's on your mind?
I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming.
Nailed it.
Fucker. Nailed your one. These stupid motherfuckers. Magikarp, how you doing?
No, you gotta give them. You have to give them like I'm going in order, so they know what to be prepared for.
I need like a thing that randomly comes up with an order because I don't want to do alphabetical. You know.
Go reverse alphabetical.
What's up, Magikarp?
Is this a surprise to fucking anybody? You guys locked young men who are supposed to be going out there getting laid and drinking with their friends inside for months.
So now they have to take back the Capitol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys took away my high school graduation prom. Fucking, and you just give us Twitter where it's all a bunch of streamers.
Yeah. All you can do on Twitter.
Hate me.
All you can do on Twitter is watch a robot Trump talk to you. You don't even get the real president anymore. You get a robot.
Yeah,
It's a
you
bunch
look
of
at the
chicks with
robot
fucking
president
OnlyFans.
and chicks wearing bikinis, thinking just wearing that bikini all out there, promoting their
Yeah.
OnlyFans. Like, bitch, well, I guess I'm gonna look at this.
All right,
Great.
Magikarp, I'm sorry we stole your childhood. I need a Greta drop. You stole my childhood! I need more drops on this show. Thanks, Magikarp. We'll put one more person in. This is going to be the last one. Somebody give me some big energy. I'm going to hope a man named Demonic Whale has some energy for me. Demonic Whale! Cocksucker, come on. Demonic Whale!
Terrible.
Terrible.
Wait a minute.
He's out.
I know some of these names. Lord Dunksworth would
Should I
have
bring
big
in Dunksworth
energy.
in? Let's bring in Dunksworth. Dunksworth!
Yeah.
Yes?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Not much.
Close me out strong, Dunksworth. Give me a summary of the day. Is America on top, or is America at its lowest point?
America's never going to be at its lowest point because we're the best.
We're number one.
The only thing that's disappointing was yesterday how those guys tried to light all that CNN equipment on fire and just fucking failed.
That is true.
Man.
That is
Like,
true.
What? A bunch of Trump guys can't figure out how to light shit on fire? You're telling me that it's all these guys who like hoard guns and are preppers and like are waiting for the apocalypse and they don't know the one skill that made humans different from the fucking animals? They can't figure that out. That was so fucking annoying watching this guy. And I the most disappointing about the thing about the guy was he was trying to light this plastic on fire with like a Bic lighter. And expecting this whole pile of to go up. And it's like, one, I was disappointed because he didn't keep trying and failing, because that was funny. Like I was genuinely enjoying that part of the stream I was watching. But then the fact that nobody else was like, oh, we can figure this out. They all just were like, fuck it, we'll just smash it instead. or nobody's like, oh, well, don't smash the $40,000 camera. I'm gonna put it in my car.
We're doing opposite day. That smashing was repugnant. It was
Not good at all.
I hated watching every second of all those CNN
Oh,
cameras.
this is so
get
loud.
smashed.
Holy crap.
Well, I brought you on, all right?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
How are you? We're wrapping
how
up
you
the
doing?
show, buddy, but I wanted to we're talking about even Americans, we can't destroy camera equipment good enough. I think this storming of the Capitol, I wanted to see more fun graffiti. Somebody should have peed on something. Something should have got lit on fire.
Someone,
It was a
yes, you know what?
disappointment.
Someone should have peed on Pelosi's desk.
Someone
I think
should have
that would
pooped on
really show
Pelosi's
the
desk?
Republicans 2020.
Yeah.
That should, yeah, really.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. The fucking
Yeah,
bison
man.
is calling into my show on Sunday. Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
I just thought- yeah.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
No, all right, guys. Hey, I'm happy to have you on. We're going to be streaming more, so if I can't have you on for too long, well, but I got to go do a thing. But I love you, buddy. Thanks for coming by. Dunksworth, thanks for coming by. God bless your heart. All right, guys,
Bye-bye.
this has been the Vito Show. I got to run and do the Rem Dickman Show. But real quick, I want to thank my guest, my lover, my brother from another mother, the great Dick Masterson. Dick, where can people find you and more of your hilarious brand of off-kilter, semi-political comedy?
Yeah, patreon.com/The Dick Show. I'm having an all politics episode this Sunday. That lover from another mother. Did I?
Yeah.
Right? Oh.
No, you're my lover and my brother. Which is
whoa!
yeah, you're both.
Whoa! Gay! Whoa! Guys, we have to ratify the original First Amendment. We have to. It's the only thing that moves fast. It's the only thing that matters moving forward. We have to do it. Vito, you have to help me. I need help doing this. We have to do it. All
Can
right,
I
goodbye.
wait like a
Goodbye.
year or two before my show turns into full-on InfoWars? I swear to God. In 2
Alex, this
days.
is
In 2
Alex Jones
days.
doesn't even know about this.
Yeah.
This is all
he doesn't?
Me. This is all me. He doesn't know
All
about
right.
it. He doesn't know about it.
Because I got Grodd on here talking about armed insurrection, okay? I'm already dealing with that. No.
This
Here
is
we're gonna-
ratifying an amendment. No big deal. No big deal.
No
you can
big
unratify
deal.
it if you don't like it. If you don't like it, you could unratify it. But we got to ratify that fucking amendment. It was the First Amendment, Vito. It was the First Amendment. We got to ratify it. Okay,
All right,
goodbye.
so this Sunday, if people want to hear you, they can go check out your Patreon and be able to hear it live, or it'll pop
Patreon.
up next week on thedickshow.com, or head on over to patreon.com/thedickshow. I recommend getting in on the live show. It's a ton of fun. And what is your lowest tier? Like $2 a month or something?
Lowest tier is $600.
$600.
Special stimulus special. The lowest tier is $600. That will get you 1 month access, and then I hope Biden does another stimulus for you, or else you're out of luck.
And I will have to say this about Grodd. He has just sent me a link to every Greta drop. Fairy Tales of Eternal Economic Failure. Oh, beautiful. You can't hear him, Dick, but I now have a full set of Greta drops. So Grodd is useful for some things, and you owe me $50 fucking dollars, you piece of shit. This has been the Vito Show. God bless you all. Take care of yourself, and don't get